All right. All right, all right, all right. Very quiet start. Or Monday is just not a good day for this? Hello, Barrio. How you doing? Give me a second here. I forgot to tweet out about this. All right, all right. I will be with you all in 2 seconds. I just forgot to tweet about this. All right, where am I? I am needing to close that and keep that open. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Barrio. Hello, Lance. Hello, SSJ. Hello, Flashverse. Hello, Eric. Hello, you guys. All right, we have some right off the bat. Flashverse wants to get this out there. I know he was pretty excited about this. I saw his live chat about it. There seems to be a lot of gold in those new photos. Yeah, there seems to be, eh? Yeah, I will talk about that a bit in a minute after we get everyone else caught up and all that. Still people lingering, getting in here. So we'll get to that, but you are correct. Sorry to hold you up, bro. How did you hold me up? I don't follow. Candace posted a TikTok with Javicia. I just saw that like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. They got, they were at least, on the same set, whether they're in a scene together, who knows, but they probably were. Your hair looks very Grant Justin today. I don't know who Grant Justin is. Hello, Silent Angel. Welcome. Why did your stream start so late? I was eating. I set it up for 5:45 originally, and I didn't realize I actually set it up for 6:45. So when I was sitting here eating, I was looking at the timer. I'm like, why is that off by so much? So then I realized I had it wrong, and I had to change it anyways because I was going to be a little late. So I changed it back to 6 and then 6:05, and I started early according to my last time by almost 20 seconds. So I'm early. Hey, it's been a while. Hey, Arrowverse, how you doing? Hey, Ultra Edits, welcome. Paigey is here. Why do you guys keep saying so late? It's only 6 p.m. here. Thanks for the season extras scenes. You're welcome. Star Wars Theory, hello. Did you get any good pics of Javicia? Send them all to me, please. Have you not read my blog? I'm starting to feel like you don't read my blog. Sir, there's a blog. There's also a Patreon. You could have looked at them there. How you doing? Hey, Adit, welcome. Bobby Joe, hello, hello. Any chance Red Death isn't Javicia? 0% chance. 0%. It's 9:08 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, well, it's 6:08 Pacific, and that's what my time zone is. I never start a stream at 9 p.m. Pacific. I just never do, because I like to try and be done them by 10 p.m. so I'm not a nuisance to other people in the apartment. But yeah. Paigey says, you look like me. I'm sorry. Hello, Tyler. Welcome. Red Death is already ruined then. Well, that's your opinion. You're allowed to be wrong. I will say that. You have every right to have a wrong opinion. That's perfectly allowed. So have you heard what Stephen Amell is doing? A wrestling show? Why? Is there something different I haven't heard about? If there is, I have no idea what you're talking about. But welcome, guys. Welcome. So yeah, Monday, different day for me. I missed my usual Sunday Geoguessr stream, so I thought I'd do a condensed, do both at the same time stream today. We'll do the first hour based on whatever we end up talking about here. Then we'll do some Geoguessr after that. I don't know if I'll have another stream later this week because I think it's finally time for me to go get some of my dental work done. I got a tooth back here that is cracked enough that I feel like it needs to go. And since I know the Flash isn't on set this week, and the information, like I have some information that I get that tells me certain productions that are coming into town. I know this upcoming week has a very sparse film schedule downtown. So I think it's like the perfect week to get it done finally. So I think tomorrow I might finally go get that done. And because I'm not going to be obviously around for, 2 or 3 days after that, right? So yeah. So that is a Cliff Notes version on why I'm squeezing this into a Monday instead of just waiting for like later in the week like I usually would. Pied Piper and the Hotness and Goldface are back. You are correct. You are correct. Lance, calm down. Calm down. I took that as a compliment because you look like an amazing specimen. Have you seen my teeth in my eye? I mean, I don't know if you're watching this on like a 4-pixel screen or something, but it's not awesome. Who's your special guest today? This right here. I mean, if you want to come on, you can, but I know you were just over, I think, on Lance's stream last I saw. I don't know how busy you are. More Javicia pics. I didn't get any Javicia pics, but I have some Javicia pics. He's suing an animal clinic. The dogs are being too loud by his place, and he lost the case, and he flipped out in court. What? Can someone link this to me or like DM it to me on Twitter? I need to see this. Please, somebody DM me this on Twitter. Breck said Johns pitched the show to other streaming services, which is mind-boggling as HBO Max owns the rights, that they were okay with one of their properties, which they back financially to be with others. Jeff Johns owns the rights to that character. It might be a DC property, but he still owns the rights to that character. If I'm not mistaken, it's his original property, right? He created Stargirl, right? Yeah, created by Jeff Johns. So he does legally own the right to shop that. It might be a DC property, but he owns the right. So he could have. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, though. I'll be brutally honest. I do not see there being any chance of that going somewhere else. Wait, the actual Star Wars theory is in the chat. I don't know who that is, but maybe not. I don't know. Episode 6 of season 9 of Flash is a bottle episode, right? Correct. Based off of what I have been told and based off of what I know for the first 3 days of the filming schedule, it looks like that's probably the case, yes. You're down to hop on stream. LOL can help me with Geoguessr live on stream. Maybe when we get a little further in here, yeah, maybe I'll let you on. I'm just gonna try and get through as many topics as I can before we get any guests on here. Oh, we have a super chat. I'm so sorry, Scott. I'm so glad to see that. I'm so glad we get to see Flash and Batwoman team up. What do you think this means for the likelihood of other Arrowverse heroes showing up? I think there's a chance, but I wouldn't hold a lot of hope into it. I mean, this was a convenient one because they were bringing in the Red Death character. So Red Death, they decided was going to be Geoguessr. And if you're going to have Geoguessr there already, it is a really easy pull to just be like, we're pulling in Batwoman. How you would tie in, say, someone from Legends or Black Lightning or someone from Supergirl into the story by just having that character just show up is not impossible, but I think this is one of the more unique situations. Not impossible, but I would not hold out a lot of hope. I think they're going to pull more from people that have already been on the Flash as like characters people know from the Flash. You might get a couple of the other speedsters. You might get a John Wesley Shipp's character. My God, why can't I remember his name right now? You know who I'm talking about, Henry. You might get something like him coming in. Maybe a small chance of like a Keenan Lonsdale, something like that. I know Paigey did the video on Violet Bean. I think the chances of that are low simply because she's got another project right now. Wait, when does Careers end? Give me a second. I'm just going to see when Careers ends. December 6th. It's not impossible that she could be on it. After December 6th, she's got her schedule's freed up. So I guess not impossible. I don't think she's coming back though. I just don't. But we'll see. On his channel right now. Okay. He doesn't own the character. DC does. He's a creator, so he would have some control over the character. It may have been created for DC, but he would own the rights to the character. They have to pay him every time they use it because he's the creator. Just like who's one that did Crisis that was in Crisis? Like that guy gets paid every time they use Crisis on Infinite Earths in any way. Like they get paid out on it. Pied Piper is back. You are correct. Hartley, correct. I respect Geoguessr a lot. It's just since when have we had a good female villain? Cicada 2, Mirror Monarch. Give me a second to think about that. Are you talking just in the Flash? To be fair, most of the Flash's villains haven't been amazing outside of a couple, right? Like dude in the wheelchair, kind of a underwhelming villain in the end. The Forces, underwhelming villains. This is not just a female only problem for the show, so let's not put it just on that, you know. Just DM the Steven stuff too. Excellent, thanks. Stargirl as a character was created by DC by Johns, but he didn't create the character separately. Then DC bought it. All right, I'm not gonna. You might be right on the nitpicking details. I don't have time in stream to go read it and look up on it. What episode of The Flash are they filming now? They're probably on 06 by now. They might be on the tail end of 05, but probably on 06. When do you think they'll announce they have up to Damian Porter to series regular? Yeah, probably not. That'd be fun though. I want Oliver, Jefferson, and Kara or Sarah. Oliver, maybe. Jefferson. Oh, Jefferson Pierce. I was thinking Jefferson Jax for some reason. Maybe. I mean, all three of them are maybes, but I don't know. You sent me this Steven article too. Okay, thank you guys. Episode 5 is the end of the Red Death arc. Almost certainly. I will not say 100%, but I would say in the high 90%, almost certainly. Based off of the fact that episode 6 is going to be a bottle episode, they're not going to throw that. We just had this big epic fight scene happen in episode 5. They're not going to go to boredom in 6. It's just not going to happen. 6 is going to be your what's Eric's favorite term for that? Oh my God, the episode in between arcs. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone loves that term. But yeah, Marv Wolfman. That's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Adit. Did I ever meet Kevin Conroy? Yes. Give me a second here. Kevin Conroy. Photos with Conroy. There we go. All right. Yes. You know what? I forgot all of. How is that? I already forgot about Kevin Conroy between the time of that happening and today's show. I could have put that in there too. Yeah. So there he is when he was here for Crisis. Yeah, he was super class. I think I talked about this on someone's stream the other day. One of the graphers there, I can't remember if it was this guy, but one of the graphers there that was there that day had 17 items for him, and he did them all. No questions asked. And he's a guy that does the convention circuit all the time. Like his large portion of what he did for the last few years has been doing conventions where he gets paid to meet people and sign. Interlude, thank you. So the type of people that usually do conventions very rarely will sign more than 1 or 2 in person. They look at it and they're like, I'm giving away money doing this. So they don't usually sign more than 1 or 2 each. And he signed 17 for someone. So super class act. So disappointed when I read it. Yeah, I mean, I have never watched any of the animated stuff really that I'm aware of, but obviously I know him from Crisis, and I know he was, to most people that follow DC anything, he was their Batman. So it was disappointing. But yes. Sorry about that. Trajectory was a good female villain. She's like a 1-episode villain though. I think we were talking more on the basis of like multi-episode arcs. We know Kara's a no-show, LOL. Yeah. Her show literally ends like 5 days before the Flash's does. So there's no way she's finishing her show and after all that time working, being like, I'm going to go jump on another project this week. No. Female or not, there are some pretty bad characters, not going to lie. Yeah, exactly. You came up with a sick idea. Wouldn't it be cool if Superman became negative Avatar, turning him into Red Death with the powers of Superman and with speed at the same time as red glowing Superman logo too? I mean, somewhere out there that could be a theory someone uses for a story down the line on another show, but it's obviously not going to be the Flash's story, you know? Nicole Means was in Vancouver for season 9, right? No one knows. She was here for a modeling event. No one knows if she did any filming while she was here. I wish Kevin Conroy was still alive. He could have been Red Death in Flash season 9. No way they would have done that. Red Death in the comics was an angry version of Batman that lost. I think the problem everybody that is mad about the Batwoman thing is missing is they were never going to get permission to use Batman. They were never getting that permission. So yeah. Filler, yeah, it's sort of like filler, but interlude was the term I was looking for. Interlude, yes. Flash probably can't use Batman, right? Correct. I mean, I can't say for certain. I personally can't say for certain, but my experience with knowing how all of this works is I'm fairly certain. Is it bad as a fan wanting Supergirl to return? I mean, no, but I mean, you know the reality of it. Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome. Even if Kevin was alive, I doubt WB would let him be in a bat suit since they have this weird rule of you can't have Bruce Wayne. You could have Bruce Wayne, but not be in the bat suit. Yeah. That character is just so off limits to them for a story purpose of any, like in Batwoman, they had that, what was it, 3-second blurry montage from the back of him. That's all we got because that was the amount of time they were allowed to use him. Why can't they use Batman though? Because the WB is very strict about how they let characters get used. Does the CW just not have Batman? No, they don't. How am I? All right. How are you, Cheyenne? Welcome. Excited for Mando season 3 and Ahsoka. Oh, my excitement level? Very excited for Mandalorian. That show has not missed yet for me. Ahsoka, I'm excited for because I liked her character in Mando, so hopefully it's played well. Katie Lotz hasn't taken any work recently, so it's possible she has plans for a guest star. Anything is possible. Pied Piper is back in hotness, correct. How do you feel about people saying Red Death should have been Oliver? I mean, no. So here's the thing. I will say there was a more possible chance of that than there was Batman. More possible chance, but it would have been a poorer idea. It's a bat related character. You can't have Batman, so you need it to be something close to the Bat family. The only option was Batwoman. That was their only option. Doing Oliver Queen / Spectre just doesn't touch. It's not the same. It's literally got nothing to do with that. It would be as weird as if they made Lena Luthor Batman, or Red Death. Like, just, it's not a character connected to it, right? So yeah, I think it would have been a more possible solution than Batman, but it was still a delusional idea from those. The only reason people use Oliver as their hope is they don't want Batwoman. That's the only reason. They're kind of like, I hate Batwoman, so I don't like Batwoman being this big notable character. You know. When I saw Crisis on Infinite Earths and we saw Earth 99 with Kevin Conroy, Batman lost everyone. I said he is going to be Red Death after Crisis, but I guess that was not in the cards. Unfortunately, no. I don't even know. Does anyone know how long he was dealing with his cancer issues? Because I know it was a pretty private thing, kind of like the Chadwick one was. But I never heard about it, obviously, until his death. WB is highly protective of Batman more than Superman. Yeah, they're highly protective of all those characters, but it's like 3 times heavier on Batman, and I don't know why. No, but Kevin Conroy could have been in the Red Death suit. That is not the Bat suit. I mean, anything's technically possible, I guess. That's a great way to have Ryan Wilder join the Justice League. Huh. I never thought about that. I mean, yeah, she's there now. I guess technically she could join the Justice League. What about Titan season 1 finale when they used Batman in the Nightmare episode? I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure I watched Titan season 1, but I don't remember it. Give me context about it. Someone remind me what happened in it, because I don't. Have you seen Black Panther 2? Nope. Did you ever see Ant-Man 3 trailer? Nope. Oliver as a Spectre will be in Flash season 9. There must be a big multiverse crisis, and Oliver needs to help Flash and friends. I mean, he doesn't have to be, but I think he probably will be, long as his schedule permits. I don't know what his wrestling show's schedule is. I don't even know if it's been picked up. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that. Lord of the Rings film rights, WB doesn't own them, as a company called Embracer bought those rights for almost $1 billion this year. WB, much like CW, can license them, but they don't own them. Okay. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Welcome. I heard a really cool theory years ago when Supergirl season 1, interesting theory I heard, and it said Alex Danvers would be Batgirl on Earth 38. Oh, well, I mean, we know now that's not the case. Justice League that really doesn't exist since all shows are gone. Yeah, I mean, they could still have a scene where they have Barry at the hangar and like maybe one other character. Maybe they get in Jefferson or Sarah for a scene and have her come in and be like, yeah, you know, hey, welcome. Like, we're the only ones working here today, but welcome to the team, you know, something like that. I haven't checked my DMs yet. Sorry, guys. I'm lazy. Sent a link. Excellent. 1063 The Fox. I'm not familiar with that source, but I will check it out in a bit. New York Post. Now, New York Post I am familiar with. All right. Let me check this one out. Learn more. Yeah, I thought this was going to take me to the actual article, but okay. Give me a second here, guys. I'm going to quickly do a skim through of this. Oh my God, this guy. Do you know what's really hilarious, guys? I know some of you that have been around my chat for a while know I've told you the details in pieces or even altogether at some point about my conversation with him and after he went on his little stupid streak during the George Floyd protests. I just was thinking of that today. I'm like, you know, I still haven't said, it's, you know, it was so long ago, I've kind of forgot about it, but I haven't really said to Grant, because Grant was supposed to be his guest on that episode. I still haven't said to Grant, like, I'm really glad you didn't get caught up in that mess. You know, I'm glad you turned down going on that week. Because he could have been on there. Steven could have went on his little tirade, and it would have pulled Grant in with it. Everyone would have... Steven is just, man, nice guy to me in person, but he's got terrible fucking opinions about literally almost everything. Not everything. There's been a couple things he said, you know, that I'm like, okay, good for him. But 80% of his takes are bad takes, you know. Yeah. Titan season 1 had Batman, but like the blurry Batman flashback in the entire episode, he was dark. Can't see his face at all. He didn't talk. Okay, yeah. So same as Batwoman's scenario where they couldn't really show a crisp, clear, definitive use of him. Letitia, yeah, I heard. Hey, I'm back. Did you read the stuff about Stephen Amell? I just read it like seconds ago. Just seconds ago. Sorry. I don't know if you were here for what I just said. But yeah. You know what, guys, give me a second here. I will link the article in the chat here if you guys want to read it at your own leisure. There it is. But I am done giving oxygen to such a exhausting person. I mean, I know I'll end up talking about him again somewhere down the road on another stream, but today, Star Wars theory, I mean, it's TMZ-esque, so I don't know. It's not TMZ-esque. It is from, I mean, page 6 is New York Post, so you know, to be fair, New York Post is a little TMZ-ish, but they're not TMZ. There's, you know, actual details here that, you know, come from stuff that you could Google easily enough. You can Google this judge's name and see if he had a case like this on the docket. This isn't someone being like, I heard a thing, you know. Supergirl and Superman are off-world again, since that's their favorite line to write for Supergirl and Superman. Yeah, obviously. They had a thing to take care of out in the other worlds. What did Steven say? I didn't even read the article. I just cliff notes it. I saw the part about the shelter. I saw the part about the judge said they weren't likely to win. And I was like, ugh, I can't be bothered. He did what? I'm sorry, Star Wars. Are you asking about the Steven thing? Well, the link is now in the chat. You guys can read through it if you want to. You think Tyler is off limits for season 9? I don't think he's off limits. I think it would come down to if schedules can work. Gotta remember, he is the lead of his own show. And yeah, they do film in the same town, and yeah, they are on the same studio. But it's not a lock that that would be a thing, especially in this new era. I mean, WBD TV isn't exactly sounding like they're big on spending money. And you got to remember, they would have to pay him a guest role wage on that show on top of him already being paid on his other show. There's hurdles to jump through to get there. I think John Lewis ship's 90s Flash is somewhere in the Speed Force. Where did we see him last? I know he sacrificed himself in Crisis. Did we see him after that at any point? I think that's the last we saw of him, right? Hard to say. You said that before I read it. Okay, thanks. I still think it was really stupid of Todd Helbing to believe WB thinking they will keep his show safe. He probably doesn't believe that. Being a showrunner, half your job is similar in design to being the like CEO of a company. Your job is to lie your ass off to make people feel comfortable with your product. His job is to do whatever he can to make you believe this show is a success. So him saying he thinks the show is safe is just him doing his job. I don't know how often 10 years ago, I understood people not understanding showrunners when they lied to your face. I did understand that because it wasn't as well known, but hundreds of examples on social media later. I don't know why anyone ever believes a showrunner when they say, oh yeah, this thing is really great. You just have to accept they're doing their job and they're going to lie right to your face. Did you hear Gallagher died the same day as Kevin Conroy? I did. I mean, to be fair to him, Kevin Conroy's death in our circle was a much bigger story. On a global scale, he probably was the bigger celebrity, but in our hemisphere of like the comic book world, superhero world, Kevin Conroy is far and away the bigger star, So that. No, you said Steven did something stupid about, you've never heard about, okay, so he was doing a podcast during the pandemic. He conveniently deleted it off his YouTube page, but he does, I think, have it up like on Apple or something that you could buy it there. Give me a second, guys. I just have to report someone for spam. Give me a second here. God, so many steps to report something. Okay, so back when the George Floyd protests were happening, why am I on this? There we go. That's what I was trying to do. So back when the George Floyd protests were happening, he was supposed to do a episode with Grant Gustin the week of those protests, and Grant canceled. And Grant's reason, according to Steven, was he didn't think it was a good time to be talking about how cool and fun it is to be an actor, and that they should wait to do it at another time. Steven still did his podcast anyways, but instead of just being like, this is a terrible thing, et cetera, he made it mostly about his experiences, his white rich guy experiences with the police. And he couldn't have been more out of touch. He talked about how cops generally aren't bad people because he knows he meets them all the time at his private events for his winery. He's like, they're just like you and I. They just talk about football and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you're meeting them in a business situation where you are very rich. You're also white. Then he talked about he's never seen racism in person. He also said instead of going to defend and help the people that were being attacked by the police, his interest was going to his friend's uh, restaurant up in Laurel Canyon, which, if you don't know anything about Laurel Canyon, it's nowhere near where the protests were. You would be walking up a fucking mountain for half an hour to get to there. It's up away from everything. He felt he should go there and defend a fucking restaurant in a rich neighborhood up a mountain instead of going down to the ground and helping the people that are being attacked, because he was afraid it might get looted or burned down. Like everything he said couldn't have been more out of touch. I have look. I'm just looking through my DM to see if there's anything I haven't that I'm forgetting. Okay, so yeah, his quote, "I haven't seen racism in action." That was the one he said there. Then he talked about the good cops, then defending Pache, which is the restaurant. Yeah, so those are the things I most brought up to him when I messaged him about it. And his reply was basically like, "Don't contact me again." And I'm like, all right. I mean, I reached out. I tried to help you, but okay, sure. You know better. So that was the stuff he did the week of that. Somewhere out there on the internet, that podcast still exists. You have to go to one of those sites where I think you might actually have to pay for it. But he deleted it off his YouTube channel. Conveniently, I don't know why. Maybe it was the fact that it had like 45 dislikes to every like. You know, Superman and Lois season 3 is 95% the last. That all depends on the deals they have in place. So when the investor call happened, one of the things that came out that was interesting that I personally hadn't really considered until they brought it up is they might already have deals in place saying you're already taking this content for X amount of years, whether that's 1 more year, 2 more years. They might be contractually obligated to take that content, assuming Warner Brothers wants to keep making it, which they probably would. So that is that is the only chance I think Superman and Lois still has. I wouldn't say 95%. I'd say 80%, because of that chance of them being contractually obligated, but probably 80%. So Dead Boy Detectives is shooting in Canada. The showrunner in his tweet implied the show is shooting in UK. Nope, definitely in Canada. In his tweet, was there more than one showrunner? Because I know Beth Schwartz is showrunner on it too, or is she just a writer consultant? I thought she was writing or showrunning. Yeah, showrunner. It says showrunner on her title. But no, they're filming in Vancouver. As you, I guess, obviously must have known by my photos. Do you think they will promote the opening arc as a crossover type thing? No. That was really stupid of him to do. Yes, it was. I had always known Steven. So, a little backstory to that conversation I had with him on Twitter. We'd had a conversation in person before when some fangirls got pissy with me and bullied him into talking to me. When I talked with him that time, he came across as a guy that thinks before he speaks. He takes long pauses, thinks about what he's going to say next, and tries to word it as well as he can to get his point across. That was not the Steven I saw in the interview or in the podcast. In the podcast, he was more off the cuff. He was just speaking whatever was coming out of his mouth, and he fucking showed his true colors, you know? He had done that on Twitter a couple times. He had said it. I don't remember the details. Someone else probably does, but he had said a couple things on Twitter before that had offended some people on other things. So it's not like he was immune to controversy before this. We just had kind of given him a big wide pass because he was playing Oliver Queen, you know? I even said it at the time when I was tweeting about it back then. I'm like, he was nothing but nice to me, always good with me, and I still have to fucking criticize him, because he is fucking an asshole about it. So yeah. Did you hear Black Panther 2 is likely getting banned in China? I did not. Wait, what? Oh, Steven, why did you do that? He did that because that's rich white guy mentality. You don't think things outside of your own circle. Am I a fan of Patrick Swayze? I mean, I guess. I don't know if I can think of anything outside of Dirty Dancing that he's done, though, but I'm sure there's other stuff. So many people don't like Wonder Woman 84. One of the people I am sub to, Truth 31, called it AIDS 84. Well, there's people that like and hate all sorts of things. I don't understand hating something that is not terrible. There's a difference between fucking awful and this isn't that good. I love Batwoman. We all know that. I understand the people when they're like, it wasn't that good. I understand your criticism. The people that are out there like, oh, this is trash because they're agenda, blah, 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 woke, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, your opinion's invalid. If you'd watched the show and had real criticisms and told me why those criticisms exist, I'll listen to them. But when you start off with words that are explicitly to sell an agenda, your conversation just ends, You hear Stanley died the day after Kevin Conroy died is the day... Oh, what? You hear Stanley died the day after Kevin Conroy died is the day died, so Stanley died. Okay. Rewatch Book of Boba Fett. I don't get the hate. Love it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I think the thing is, Mandalorian was so good, people were expecting that to be good too, and it just wasn't. Wasn't bad, but am I excited for them bringing Batwoman in? Yeah. Even if Nexstar continually obligated to make more seasons of the show, neither they nor WB want the show to outshine potential Superman movie, so most likely they won't star unless with the show. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Geoguessr, yeah, we can get to that. I can at least get it set up. I'll still dabble a bit. We haven't even talked about my flash photos yet. We'll run through the flash photos really quick, and then we will get to starting Geoguessr. Okay, so if you have any last questions, I'd get them in now. We are almost moving on. All right. So if you have not seen my set photos anywhere yet, and you're trying to avoid spoilers for this season, which I don't know why you'd be in this chat if that was the case, but just in case, we're about to talk about the set photos I posted the other day. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Present. Oh, I already have the present screen up. Oh, I am so good at this. All right, so we had Flash stuff this week. So we will go through these very quickly. There is an entire gallery. The link is in the description if you want to read the synopsis on what happened and just other small details. All right, so we will go through these quick. First off, I took this photo just to show the temperature that night. So it was 2 Celsius, which for you Fahrenheit people, that's around 35-ish Fahrenheit. -1 is how it felt with the wind chill. So yeah, it was cold. There was a car that they blew up. I did not get there in time for the explosion. I missed it by probably 20 seconds, but they kept resetting the car on fire for the after effect, and my camera was like, this tree looks pretty cool. Let's get a more focused shot of this tree instead of the car. So that's what I got. So here is Red Death on set. This is early on, so You know, there's some better photos. Obviously, most of you have seen the better photos. We'll get there. These are usually in order of chronological order of me shooting them, so that's why sometimes there might not be as good ones yet. So here's another shot of it. I think the first thing a lot of people noticed was you can see some of the details like on the fingers, around here, up here, on the head. You can see more red in the suit, and there are later photos coming up where you will really see that it's red. So this is Javicia and Grant doing the scene. Grant is there, and you know, like when he does that run-in zoom thing, and then he just comes to a sudden stop. That's what he's about to do there. So he's not running away there; he's coming to a stop there. So then they have their little confrontation. There's a side angle of the earpieces. There he is, about to do his like come to a stop thing. So this is a good one. I've got this pylon in perfect focus. Well, the guy in the background that I was photographing, not so perfect. Love my camera. There's Grant facing off against Red Death, but Red Death isn't there in the scene at the moment. It was a solo Grant part. So when they're doing the filming process, they'll sometimes have one actor only on the set doing their part for the close-up. And if the other actor isn't needed there for any speaking lines, that actor just goes on break. So that's what was happening here. This is the double for Red Death. And you can see how red the suit is in this shot. There's more coming. There are more shots here. You can see how red the suit really is there. There's the double for Batwoman and the double for Red Death in a fight. Javicia was in the scene, but the way the scene went is these two were doing the fighting part, the stunt choreography part. And then as soon as Red Death's character is like down and defeated, they hustle out and Javicia's part comes in. So you can see the Red Death one there. It has Chook on in between scenes, just hanging out. Yeah, this is Grant putting on his mask. Yeah, got it on right. Yay, good. All right, let's go. All right, so there's Javicia on the right with the double on the left. And you can see her hair has like this white stripe in it. I don't know what that means yet. Other people might understand more than me, but I don't know. There's the good clear shot that most people were using of the Red Death suit. You can really see the detail. You can see the like things on the shoulders, these whatever you want to call them on the side, and you can see like grills on the mask. This is probably the best shot I got of the suit. And you can also again see the red coloring around like everywhere on it, you know. It's not as black as everyone thought it was originally. What else? Yeah, this is them just doing their scene. That's the scene where she's about to knock out the stunt double. That's Javicia from the back. She's about, so see, Red Death is here. He's now standing out of frame for the scene, and Javicia is standing here, and then she'll go running across in the scene without her helmet on, which I did not pick up why that was the case early on, but the other person that was at set that night is has shots of Grant is holding two things in his hand, and I saw that he was holding things in his hand, but I never noticed what they were. He's holding the Red Death helmet and the breastplate thing. So I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know what gets to that point, but when Javicia goes running across the set from here to here, she doesn't have her helmet on or the breastplate, so I didn't understand why at the time. So there's all four of them standing in the scene. You see, again, he's just off in the back hanging out. She's about to do her scene where she runs at them. There she is running. And that's Batwoman knocking her out. And she goes down. And that's it. That's our photos. All right. So if you are still here for chatting, you will have to understand that I am going to be very slow in responding because we're about to play Geoguessr. but I will still try and answer in between rounds. Oops, I went to the wrong thing. If you have a super chat, I am far more inclined to hustle to answer that one. But if you just put a random question in the chat, you might have to be waiting a few minutes for me to get to an answer. So just be patient. But let's get this started. All right. Oh, wait, someone said they wanted to come on, and I forgot who it was. It Flash Freak? I think it was him. I don't even know if he's here anymore. I haven't seen him speak in a while. Yeah, he hasn't spoken in a while. I assume he's gone then. All right. Okay. Link is in the chat for game. We will do a live challenges to start. I should have put the live challenge link. That would have been more efficient for the live challenge link. All right. I'll read through the thing while everyone's getting set up. I don't think Superman and Lois will have another season again because Berlanti said to Hollywood Reporter that neither Nexstar nor Discovery have contacted him about his DC shows. Okay. Hope Alex Danvers will be in this season. Very unlikely. She's currently working on a project in Toronto. I don't know when that ends, but I know it's not done yet, so very unlikely. So the man inside the Red Death costume. The stunt double, that is. Yeah, whatever stunt double is, they can afford to get that day, right? Like, they aren't picky about who the stunt double is. It's not like the only people that have set stunt doubles would be your main cast. Grant would have a stunt double. Cody's his stunt double. Doesn't matter for what. I think Candace and Danielle would probably have stunt doubles that are set specifically for them. After that, anyone else on the show, it's probably whichever stunt double fits the body type that they need for that day. I have watched, Asian people stunt double for black people. I've watched black people stunt double for Native people. I have watched white people stunt double for Asian people. Whatever they need that day body type, and whoever is available from the stunts from the stunt union is just who fills that role, you know. So yeah. All right, we got Laura in there. Was Javicia in the bat suit? Yes. When I finally get to my second night set photos, she'll be in those ones. Although I didn't get any really good shots of her in it, but you'll see that she was wearing it in some photos. Do you think that Wally West will be back? There's a chance. I'd put it at about a 20% chance. Not very likely, but there's a chance. Through the multiverse would be a great excuse to see Earth 66, 89, and 167. 0% chance they're going to drag all of those in. Is that it? Is Laura the only one playing here tonight, people? I know this isn't our usual Geoguessr night, but I thought at least one or two of you are playing. All right, Laura. Well, if it's just going to be you and I might move this to a duel. All right, I think I'm just going to create a duel then, Laura. And I am going to make it so that you can pick the map. Let me know which map you want to play. And I will play, you can move, and I will play no moving. And we'll see. Flags? Right. I'll be honest, flags is a bad one for you, for me not moving, because all I have to do is see the flag. You got to get in the duel here, though. I think I put the link in here. Yeah, the link's there. I don't know what's going on. Be cool to see Tom Welling, Clark Kent help Barry Allen. Zero chance that happens. And no, it wouldn't be. Don't need to give that guy any more of an ego boost than he already has. All right. I'll leave healing on. Whatever. 15 seconds, 0.5. Okay. Everything is just basic, as if you're playing a regular duel. All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. What is this? Okay. Language is a little hard to read, but the flag is very identifiable. Help they cancel the Smallville animated series and decide to bring it back in live action. They will also bring back Married with Children animated form. I don't think the Smallville animated series is going ahead. We haven't heard anything about it in a long time. Married with Children. I think I heard something about that being canned, wasn't it? I don't know. It's stupid to bring back Married with Children if you can't do the type of comedy that show did. You can't do Married with Children in 2022. You just can't. All right, Laura, if you're not going to guess, I'm going to guess. So there you go. You're on the clock. All right. I'm trying to give you a chance to go first, but if you take too long, I will just go. Oops, didn't do that. Boop. All right, we both had the same idea. I say Married with Children would be too offensive for the 20%. Yeah, there's no way that show would happen in this day and age. 0% chance. Which is disappointing because I loved that show. But I understand the way the world is now is not conducive for that type of entertainment. So, it is what it is. I'm surprised that 70s show revival is happening. What? I haven't heard anything about that 70s show. That'd be weird. I never really was that big of a fan of that 70s show. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it didn't always hit the mark for me. Mm. The YouTubers I watch has this flag in his background all the time on his streams, so I'm very familiar with the flag. Although I was familiar with it before that too. Had to go for a second. Oh, welcome back. I even brought up your name. I'm like, I thought Flash Freak wanted to be around on here, but you were not there, so we started without you. And I don't know. I'll just go there. I said there. If you still want to come on, let me know, and I will send you the link. I'm just playing a 1-versus-1 against Laura right now because no one else was really here looking to play. That 90s show is coming out on Netflix. Dumb. They need to come up with new ideas, man. I understand part of the reason they do it. Part of the reason they do it is they don't want to lose the rights to the shows, but it's stupid. That's on the government. The US government needs to create a system where they aren't at risk of losing it because they haven't used a property in a while. Such a dumb system. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 cows, guys. We have a cow team here. Cowabunga. How are you doing? Cow about all those cows. That was not the France flag. France flag stripes goes horizontally or vertically. No, vertically, and they also would not. It would be a darker blue. Where was the flag? I mean, I know what country I'm in, but I never saw the. Oh, it's up there. Okay. I was like, I never saw the flag, but yeah. I don't even have any points that I get to gain back from this. Still down to hop. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let me get that for you while I'm waiting for Laura to guess. Oops, I thought. Come on. Okay. There we go. All right, you should have it. All right. Laura. Okay. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky one because there's a couple of flags that look like that. But I am sure enough that it's the one over the other one simply because of how everything looks here. The other one wouldn't look like this. It would have a slightly different view angle feel to it. That 90s show seems like a great idea. I grew up in the 90s. It was a great time to be alive. I mean, I grew up in the 70s and the 70s show wasn't that amazing. So, you know, we'll see. Hello, hello, hello. It's just sitting there oblivious. I win. Yay. All right. So let's get the link for the party. This time we'll try and do live challenges because hopefully we'll have more than one person here now. Are you trying to speak? Because I'm not hearing you.
My mic.
There we go.
There we go.
I thought you were just sitting there like a vegetable the whole time. I'm like, does he not know he's on stream? Because I could see once in a while it looked like your mouth was moving, but it didn't look like you were saying really anything. So I wasn't sure what's going on. Oh, you need to go, Laura? Okay, well, maybe we'll just play duels then. All right, we're going to discard this lobby and play a duel because now Laura is gone. Can't seem to get enough people for a full game of live challenges. I said discard this lobby. It is discarded. Why are you showing it to me still? Man, Geoguessr's had so many like little weird hiccups the last little while. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, they have all those blind spots from what I see. You can't see anything.
All right, we're gonna pick a community world for now. So even though we're playing against each other, I'm gonna just kind of go through my thought process while we are playing to give you an idea of what I'm seeing while we're playing. So even though we're playing against each other, kind of not really playing against each other. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So let's see. What do I see? All right. First thing I see is these spotted lines on the side of the street, the white stripes on the side of the street. There's a few countries you get those. Usually, this is a Norway or a Sweden thing, but this is clearly not Norway or Sweden. So your other options are France sometimes has them, Spain sometimes has them, Estonia sometimes has them. So off to the right in front of us there, you can see a sign and it's got some names on it. Now, it seems more French sounding to me than Spanish sounding. So that would be my first clue. I would be thinking this is probably France. Okay. But when I look up the road there, that big brown sign looks more Spanish to me, but I am kind of conflicted on which one it could be now. But the one thing I do know is it's probably one of those two. Like this is definitely not Estonia. Estonia is very flat. So it's probably one of those two. It's just a matter of figuring out which one it is. So I would drive up the road for a while, and my internet is like a mile a year right now. Why is this so slow? Every time I try and stream on Geoguessr lately, it's terrible. But when I play normally, it seems to go smoothly. Very annoying. Oh, I go right back to the start now, don't I? Damn it. All right, I got to move again.
Yeah, streaming takes up a lot of internet bandwidth.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the first couple dozen times I played Geoguessr on stream, I wasn't really having that problem. This is more of a last couple of months problem. I don't know. So there was another sign there, but I'm looking for a more clear piece of proof. Okay, so I don't know if you can see my stream, but you see this sign here, this black and white striped sign?
Yes.
That would be a Spanish no hunting sign. That tells you, like, if you're in Spain, this property is forbidden from hunting. So we're in Spain. So you can just find somewhere in Spain to plonk, and you should be relatively close. All right, good one. All right. First thing I notice is it's very dry. It's dry. This grass on the side of the road makes me think one country, but I'm not ready to commit to it yet because this could be a few other places. But my first thought, based off of this weird grass, would be Eswatini, but I'm not convinced yet. I need a little more convincing. So here, the grass looks very different. So now I'm very confused. Plus, these hills also don't make me think Eswatini. Now I'm thinking actually Lesotho, which is close to Eswatini, but they are usually very different looking. This also could just be South Africa. Could just be South Africa. That's not out of the question of possibilities. We could drive for an hour and not find anything certifiable on this one because it's a small dirt road in a small town. I would say if you plonk somewhere between Eswatini and Lesotho in the South Africa area, there's probably a good chance you're not too far off. You're either going to be in the right area or you're going to be kind of close to the right area. So that's what I'm going to do. But like Eswatini usually has really shaggy grass, and then Lesotho usually has almost no grass. So I feel this is probably more chance of this being Eswatini. Yeah,
wow,
there you go.
that was close.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lesotho doesn't have very much grass. So that's why when I left that first spot with the shaggy grass, I'm like, this is weird. So nothing. Oh, okay. So these poles with the yellow and black stripes, you'll find yellow and black stripe poles in a couple of different countries. There are a couple of countries that have them, but they are all a little different. So your yellow and black stripe pole countries are South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan. Now, I feel this is South Korea, but I'm not going to marry to the idea entirely yet, even though I'm 99.2% sure, because their stripes go all of the way to the bottom. In Taiwan, Taiwan. Sorry. Oh, fuck, I almost got that backwards. Taiwan's go all the way to the bottom. South Korea's will usually stop like a foot short of the bottom. And then in Japan, they sometimes will have a striped pole like this, but theirs are usually vertical or horizontal, vertical. The ones that go up and down. Striped instead, but they do sometimes have striped poles like this, but the design is a little different. So I think this is probably Taiwan, but I will move around and see if I can find one more detail. Like if I can find language that would lock it in. Come on, language. Is this got language? There we go. Okay. So yeah, that looks probably more Chinese than Japanese, and it's definitely not Korean. Korean's characters are very circular. Their characters are circles and lines mostly. This is definitely Chinese looking writing. So yeah, just somewhere in Taiwan, probably a good bet. Oh, the other thing I should have pointed out is it's very mountainous here. So Taiwan is very flat on the far left coast. Everything else is mountains. So
okay.
yeah. Way over there. Oh, you didn't guess.
Oh no, I couldn't find Taiwan on the.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. All right. So the first things I notice here. First thing I notice, see all these things on the side of the road?
Yes.
These are called bollards, and they're basically there to make sure you don't like drive off the road, right? They're supposed to if you hit one, get your attention enough that you wake up, right? So that's the first thing I noticed. All of these bollards, just obscenely too many bollards. There's only one country that puts this many bollards everywhere, and that is Russia. They're obsessed with bollard spam. So that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed is, see the white post here?
I do.
Okay, at the bottom it's painted black. That's a Russia thing. Now other countries sometimes will paint their post black, but Russia predominantly is the country you'll see a post painted black. I bet you other one, yeah, that one's also painted black. Probably this one up here is probably, yep, that one's painted black at the bottom. So you see how they're all painted black at the bottom?
I do.
That's a Russia thing. The other thing is this stop sign with the three things on it, and the guy walking here, and it's got like the neon yellow border. is a Russian crosswalk sign. Now, there are other variations. Some of them don't have the neon border, so you can't always go based off the neon border. But if you see that combination with the three things, the guy walking that way and the neon border, it's going to be Russia. Plus, it's got the painted black bottom. Now, if you didn't know all of these details, you might have at the beginning maybe seen this thing over here and seen like blue and yellow, and you might have maybe thought Ukraine, because Ukraine's colors are blue and yellow.
Yeah.
So I could understand if someone saw that, they might think like blue and yellow, it's got to be Ukraine, but this is not Ukraine. I'm going to see if this sign says anything. Telovka and Myratova. These are
I also noticed it's a different alphabet.
It's a little different. Like some of the letters are the same and then some are different. So like the B is not a B. That is a V as in like Victor. And then the P is actually an R. And then there's other letters like this one. This is an L. So there are, some characters that are a little different, right? So half of the alphabet is the same alphabet we would use. The other half is slightly different. So it's not, easy. I would actually say Russian, learning their alphabet for someone that uses the Latin script like we do. It's probably a pretty easy alphabet to learn. Like I learned it in a couple of days because half of the alphabet is already the same. It's just a matter of trying to remember the letters that are different, like the V and the R, things like that. Trying to remember those and then learning the new ones like the L.
Okay.
It's not a very hard alphabet to learn because half of it is already, our alphabet. So, it's probably one of the ones I would say for a beginner, you could probably learn it a lot easier. Holy shit, good guess. Oh, you might win this game. Correct about the Japanese stripes and language. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the first thing I noticed, a couple things I noticed. First thing was this post is kind of got an indent that goes up the middle and it's square. So there's several countries that'll use square poles, but in this particular case, the other thing that I see is this language, which is, to say the least, unreadable to a Latin script using person. Now, my first feeling is this is probably Sri Lanka, but I want to just find one more like definitive detail because I'm not 100% sold on it. Could this be? No, this has to be Sri Lanka. This has to either, if this isn't Sri Lanka, maybe it's India. I don't know Indian polls well. Like India is still new to the game mostly, so it's not a place you've gotten. Well, most people have gotten enough to be familiar with everything in it. This might be Sri Lanka, but there's a small chance. I mean, I think it's probably Sri Lanka, but there's a small chance this is India. I would like to confirm before I go. I think it's Sri Lanka, though, just because I don't see the blur on the bottom that we would usually get. Did I just see? No, okay. The other country I'm curious it could be is Vientiane or Laos. Actually, this looks more like Laotian language than Sri. So I think it's going to be Vientiane or one of the cities in Laos. I might be wrong. It might be Sri Lanka. There's a chance it's Sri Lanka, but I feel because the language when I first looked at it, I'm like, it looks like Sri, but I'm not. It was Sri Lanka. Okay, so I was right on my first hunch. Okay, good job. Way to not listen to me. All right, this is either going to be Canada or the U.S. The first thing I noticed when I saw it is you get these like black tar marks a lot more common in North America because the roads crack over here, and this is just how we decide to fix them. The other thing is yellow center line. Very rare you see a yellow center line outside of the Americas. Like Canada, USA, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, Chile, places like that use a yellow line. Brazil. You don't see them very often in Europe, so this wouldn't be a European country. And then the other thing just is general architecture kind of looks North American too. Now, is it USA or Canada is the next question. That does not help. So, Annapolis Royal. I wonder if that's near Annapolis. I would like a sign that shows me. I'm looking for a sign that defines whether it's Canada or US to show you. This should have it. No. Oh, come on, man. You're making my job difficult here, people.
That speed limit sign, that doesn't look like a style from the US that I've seen.
Where'd you see the speed limit sign?
It says, it's down the road a little bit. It says maximum 70.
Oh, maximum is Canada. Maximum is Canada. So that was exactly the thing I was trying to find. So in the US, it will say speed limit on it. In Canada, it will say maximum. So we are in Canada. So that was the exact type of thing I was trying to find, was something that defines whether it's Canada or USA, which that sign would have been the most notable type of thing. So looking at this,
if I didn't see that sign, I would have said the US.
Well, yes, like I said from the beginning, I'm like, this is either Canada or the US, but I didn't know which one. So the other thing you can tell is Canada's kind of easy to learn in some instances because of the fact that we only have 10 provinces and 3 territories. We don't have 52 states like the US does. So in Canada, there's 3 provinces, BC, Manitoba, and Ontario, that have front plates. Everyone else doesn't. So we see a car here parked in the lot doesn't have a front plate. So that means it's not BC, Manitoba, or Ontario, which BC and Manitoba were never in my consideration for here, but Ontario was a consideration. So this is probably either Quebec or Eastern Canada. So if you scroll into Canada, you just go to the east end of the country. It's either going to be Quebec or one of these eastern provinces. I think Quebec or New Brunswick are the most probable. If this ends up being Manitoba, I'm going to punch my screen, but it probably isn't. In Ontario, you'd have a front plate there. It was Quebec. Okay. So yeah, like I said, in Canada, it's actually pretty easy to learn your details like that. The country itself is still hard to learn, but you can learn little things like that. What do we got here? Okay, we got language over here. So see this one here that looks like a backwards R?
Yes. That
is Thailand. And that's the only letter in Thailand I remember. I don't know what any of the other ones mean. I don't even know what that means. I just know that is a Thai-specific letter. So if I see that letter, I know I'm in Thailand. The other thing is Thai poles, square poles, like we saw earlier in Sri Lanka, except the difference is in Sri Lanka, you'll see holes in the pole at the top, but they will not go all the way down. See how these ones, you see the holes all the way down the pole?
Yeah.
Thailand, holes all the way down the pole. Sri Lanka, not holes all the way down the pole. So this is somewhere in Thailand. Good luck figuring out where. Looks like we might have some mountains to the east. So probably not Bangkok. This is probably more northern or somewhere on the peninsula. My feeling is probably northern though. But that's the best I could do because I don't read Thai. How you doing, by the way?
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was definitely northern, yeah. Yeah, this Chiang Mai area, this whole area up here is kind of mountainous. So usually whenever I see a mountain in Thailand, I just go up there, even though there are mountains down south too. All right, what do I see here that helps?
Yeah, I was on a Paige stream, Lance's stream earlier, we
Yeah.
found something pretty scary about StreamYard. So
Oh, really?
every invite link is the same. So like if
Oh,
like
I happened to see you guys talking about that, and I don't think that's accurate.
it's
I
not.
haven't tested it myself, but I looked through the URLs that I've sent to like uh, Eric and Andy and stuff like that, and they're all unique URLs. So I don't think that is accurate, but I haven't tested it.
Because Peachy hopped on, but the
I think Paige's just someone sent Paigey the link, and whatever, right? Like
well,
I think anybody can send somebody the link.
we tried that, and I think you need to be a host or a co-host or something, like because I couldn't.
I don't know.
In
I haven't
when
tested it out yet. But all I know is as soon as I heard you guys say that, I went looking through my URL links for when I've sent out links to like Andy and Eric and stuff like that, and they're all unique URLs. So I don't
okay.
think that's the case, but we'll find out. So
So I
okay, the
think
first
Peachy
clue.
might be lying, but so he was
I think Paigey's frequently trolling.
yeah.
So the first thing I notice here, there is a couple of countries where you will see just an abundance, a gross abundance of cigarette ads, and that is Indonesia and Philippines. You see it a little bit in Malaysia, but nowhere near as much. But Indonesia and Philippines, everywhere you look, they're promoting cigarettes. Now,
Yeah, you can't do that in the US anymore.
in Indonesia, the price would be a big, huge number, like 19,000, and they would have an R because that's for rupees.
Okay.
So this probably is Philippines. I don't know what the Philippine price thing is, but 250 for the same product. This is probably Filipino dollars. So I would say we're probably in the Philippines based off of that. Plus, this dirt kind of feels Filipino to me. I mean, it could also be Malaysian or Indonesian to me, but based off that one piece of information, I think we're probably in the Philippines. Now, the Philippines.
My grandma lives in the Philippines, and this looks like what the
Okay.
pictures were she sent me.
So in the Philippines, there is a lot of information you can find if you just find the right piece of detail, but we're in such a small little like shack town that I don't know if we're going to find info. Because if you find the right banner, it will tell you the name of the like state and island or whatever you're on. But there isn't a lot. Oh, this sign up here might have it, but it might be blocked by this truck. Damn you, Chuga Juice. I don't know who you are, but damn you. You got in the way of my sign. Okay, so a barangay is like their version of like a state or whatever. So I don't know where the Tuburan state would be. Doesn't really help me. Roxas City, you might be able to find Roxas City if you scanned and looked really hard for like a long period of time. But I don't think this is going to be very big. Roxas City. I'm just going to take a quick look and see if I find it, but it's probably too small to find. Oh, Roxas, right there. So probably close to there. Yeah. So yeah, if you're in the Philippines, if you figure out you're in the Philippines, you can usually look around a bit and with a little bit of effort narrow down where you are in the Philippines.
Okay.
Now you might not always get the amount of time to do that because if you're playing against a different opponent, they're not going to want to give you that time, right? But if you just learn the Philippines a little bit, it's not a hard country to really learn, but it's just learning all those little details. I don't know if Laura's back. I don't know if I haven't seen her in chat recently, so I'm going to assume it's just us playing again. So we'll just do another one. I'm just going to check chat really quick and see if anything's happened. I don't see any new posts.
Yeah,
at least not on my phone.
Anything.
My phone isn't showing any posts. Okay, yeah. The computer isn't either. Because I know my phone sometimes, because I'm streaming off my phone, will be so far behind. Like one time I was like, that's weird. I haven't had a post in like 20 minutes. And then I checked on the actual physical computer and there's like 4 posts. And I'm like, how did I miss those?
Yeah, I usually get a 3-second delay because I turn on ultra low latency because I have pretty good internet, but
yeah. I know as soon as I said that, Miata made a post. Let's see what we got here. Also, hey, what I missed for an hour, need to recover from Lance the stream an hour ago, LOL, before I went on this.
Yeah, that was a
Well, we
great
did
stream.
all the entertainment talk already, Miata, so you missed all of that. You'll have to watch it on playback now. We're playing Geoguessr now. How are you doing, by the way? Welcome. All right, we're going to start. We're teaching Flash Freak here how to get better at this. He's probably forgotten everything I've told him. Okay, my first feeling is I want to say Canada, USA, but there is a small chance this is maybe no, this is definitely Canada, USA with this. Okay. I was about to say maybe a small chance it's Argentina, but this is Canada, USA. The reason it's Canada, USA is Argentina's road signs would never look like this. This is a very Canada, USA type road sign. So a thing I have noticed, I have so far, it has not yet to this date ever proven me wrong, although others tell me I am wrong about it, is these orange and white stripes, they're gas line mains. I only see them in the US painted that way, orange and white. I've never seen one in Canada that color yet, although I've had some pros tell me I'm wrong about that, but I've never seen it yet. So my first instinct is I think we're in the US, but I don't have that proof yet. Again, a speed limit / maximum sign would come in very handy right now. Or someone waving an American flag in their front yard, which is a very common thing in the US. The amount of times I've known I was in the US just by spotting a flag somewhere hanging in the corner is insane.
Yeah.
This is a very thing about the US. By the way, where are you from? Like, I don't know if I'm telling you stuff you might already know.
Oh, I'm in the U.S. I used to live in California for most of my life, but now I'm in Arizona.
Okay,
Yeah.
so see how like flat and boring this is. My first thought is this is somewhere straight down the middle of the country. You know, this is going to be somewhere between Montana, North Dakota, down to maybe Colorado, Kansas. Like,
my dad lives in Montana, and it looks a lot like this.
yeah, I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance this could be like a weird Utah that's near my Wyoming or Colorado. It's a weird chance it could be like northern New Mexico or Oklahoma. But I feel even Texas. There's a good chance this is Texas too. But anywhere down this middle area, I think is probably a safe bet. If this is Canada, I'm punching my screen. Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. I thought, oh, maybe it's Kansas, and it was Kansas. Wow.
No, it's North Dakota. I was the one in Kansas. That was my marker in Kansas. Okay, first thing I see here is that very weird middle line. So the second thing I see is this thing on the side of the road, which I'll describe in a second. But this extra ridiculous line in the middle, I only personally know from one country, but it's possible one of the ones around it could also have it, and that is South Africa. Now, usually it would also come with the outsides of the road, like the far outside lines of the road, would usually be yellow as well, but we don't have that here. But this triple weird line in the middle, I don't recall seeing anywhere outside of South Africa. We're also driving on the left, which is South Africa. I mean, there's other countries, but South Africa drives on the left. As far as where we are in South Africa, I don't know where KwaZimba is, but it's probably not findable. But this is very, very, very mountainous, and that is not very common in Africa. A good chunk of their country is not very mountainous. So I want to say probably close to Cape Town. Cape Town has some mountains. The other possibility is way over closer to Lesotho and Eswatini near the coast, like Durban, Richards Bay area. There's one other small chance, and that is up to the north here near Polokwane and Mbombela. I hope I said that right. But I am possibly forgetting somewhere else that I'm not sure of, but this is so lush that it's got to be along this strip on the bottom. So I'm just guessing Cape Town, even though I'm not sure that's the exact answer.
Oh, wow.
Send the link. I might play, by the way. Oh, so it was Durban. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it could be anywhere along there, and it did say Durban was one of those possibilities. It was just so lush, it had to be close to the coast. All right, so again, we have a white center line, and we have yellow outside lines. There's a few countries that have that. Do I see anything when I turn the other way? I don't have a good answer off the top of my head. I'm feeling South Africa again, but I don't have a rock salt. No, we are in Bangladesh. I didn't know Bangladesh. Does Bangladesh have yellow outside lines? I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Okay, so this language on the thing. So if you see a language you're not very familiar with, obviously, and it's got this, see how there's like a straight line through the top of it all the way through? That is Bengali, which is Bangladesh language, and you will see it in the northern part of India, but we're clearly not in India, I don't think, because the only official coverage India has a massive blur on the bottom of the car, and we don't have that here. What do we have? Daulatpur and Shahapur. Okay, we're definitely not in Africa. Those are very Bangladeshi Indian sounding places. Any chance these are big enough for me to look for? Probably not. Nope. So anytime I'm in Bangladesh and I don't know where I am, I just pick the middle. Unless I see a mega super populous, then I'll go Dhaka. All right, good one.
Awesome.
Has anyone seen the new look for Melissa Benoist's new hairstyle? No. I don't really look up content on her on a regular basis. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to this way. Okay, so first thing I noticed, remember I told you about the striped lines on the side of the road? There's only a couple of countries that use them. And then like Spain and France also use them, but the two main ones are Norway and Sweden. So in Norway, these outside lines would be very long. They would be like from here to here. In Sweden, they're very short. They're like, the width of like a foot or maybe a foot and a half. So this is probably Sweden. Then when we turn around this way, this yellow sign. Norway doesn't have a yellow sign like that. Sweden does. Plus, these they kind of look like mailboxes. Are very common in Sweden and Finland. I don't see them nearly as much in Norway, but there is some in Norway. We also have a Swedish snow pole here. So Sweden, Norway, and Finland all have orange snow poles with white stripes on them, but they vary in how they look. Finland's stripe is at the top. Norway's is usually more in the middle, and Sweden has like two stripes. So I know it's a lot to try and remember in 1 minute there from me telling you all those things, but these are just the things I'm pointing out. Whichever parts stick in your brain to be determined at a later date. So yeah, this is somewhere in Sweden. Region guessing Sweden is like picking your random spot. So the south is going to be a little more lush. The trees are probably bigger, so this might actually be more northern because these trees don't look super big. So this actually might be more northern, but we'll find out in a second. That was more northern. Okay. Yeah, the only thing you can really region guess Sweden about is how big do the trees look. Bigger trees, usually south, because they get, a better all-around climate. What do I see here? Oh, this is an easy one. Okay, this is one you should be able to remember just telling it to you once. Do you see the stop sign here?
Yes.
See anything different about it?
Yes, it's a different language.
That's it. No, it's our language, but different word. So yeah, der, turkey. So just think like tur, like durkey, should be very easy to remember.
Okay.
That is their stop sign. No one else in the world uses der. So we are in Turkey. I don't even have to look around for anything else. But the other things I noticed, like this blue arrow with the white in the middle, I feel like I've seen it in a couple of other countries, but it is a very Turkey thing. And then we have language down here. So see the word Belediyesi here?
Yeah.
You'll see that all over Turkey. I've never actually looked up what it means still to this day, but Belediyesi you see everywhere in Turkey, everywhere. If there is a sign, there's probably a Belediyesi in it. The other things to notice is the different letters, like the C with the little hook on it, the S with the little hook on the bottom. These are things you will see them sometimes in other countries, like the Czech Republic has like a C that's got a thing on the bottom and stuff like that. But it's also a thing in Turkey. So, I mean, if you see that on the bottom and the words kind of like Turkish language has a little uniqueness to it that I can't quite describe. Just you kind of see it and you're kind of like, well, this probably is Turkish just based off of the language. But yeah, those are the easiest things to tell you. But yeah, der, easy one. No one should be able to forget that after the first time.
Okay.
Like if you just see der and you're like, I don't remember der. Just remember how it sounds to start. Der, tur, turkey, der. All right, where am I? I started moving before. Oh, okay. Remember I told you about the languages earlier for Asia?
Yes.
So see the circle and lines over here?
Yeah.
Which country has the circle and lines?
Thailand, right?
Nope. Let's get down on the road here. There was 3 countries I told you that all had the same type of poles, and then I went into the language. Remember the yellow and black striped poles?
Yes.
So there was Japan,
South
Taiwan,
Korea.
and South Korea.
Okay, Taiwan was.
Yeah. That's why I was trying. So the last time we were in Taiwan because it had the Chinese-looking language. So this one has a lot of circles and lines in its alphabet. This will be Korea. Circles and lines, Korea. So see they've got the circles here with the lines on it. So this actually probably isn't very hard to find because Daegu's a big city. We've got the 66, the 55, and the 10. This is enough information that I could probably, with a minute or two, find this. So see, there's Daegu already. So what did we have? The 60, the 66, the 55, and the 10. I've already found the 55. It's right there. The 10 and the 66 is going to be a smaller one. Where's the 10? Is it north of here then? I actually never even bothered to check which direction I'm looking. You know, I'm just going to plonk it in Daegu because we don't need the 5K. It's just...
All right.
So is the Flash Freak taking an L and Canadagraphs is a W now? To be fair, I have a little experience on him on this one. You did not guess in time.
Did not guess in time, no.
Well, that is RIP for you.
I went to South Korea, but I didn't look hard enough, I guess.
Right. All right, let's try this again.
So yes, Miata, Canadagraphs did take the W on this one.
Did you want to get in, Miata? Because if so, I will discard the lobby and we can start playing a live challenge instead. The language is Korean. Yeah. Thank you. Where are you from, by the way, Kita? I've never. That
Japan.
name sounds Japanese, but I don't know for. Oh, you already know? Okay.
Yeah, he's been on my stream.
Mm.
I learned it's actually Keita, not Kita.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
have I been pronouncing it wrong the whole time?
Yeah,
Shit.
me too.
I am so sorry, Keita. That's going to take me a minute to get used to, but I will eventually get used to it. I don't know if it's a North American thing that we just read things and speak them literally because our language is, that's kind of how everything sounds in our language. But I have that problem all the time. I see a person's name and I will go through the trouble most times of trying to learn a person's name first. Like, have you ever heard of the actress Saoirse Ronan?
No.
Okay, she's in like a few different things. She was up for Academy Award once. Her name is spelled Saoirse. The first time I saw that, I'm like, Saoirse? I don't know how to say that. So I spent like 10 minutes looking for interviews of her to see how the interviewee said it to her, because they would have asked the question beforehand, like, how do I say this? So I always do that stuff. Same when Javicia first got cast for Batwoman. When you just look at that, I saw people getting it. They're like Javicia, Javakia, all that stuff, right? So I looked it up, and I actually found Javicia had done an interview herself for BET at the time. Like she was she actually worked as a correspondent for BET at one point, and on there, she said her name, and I'm like, okay, now I know how her name sounds at least, you know. All right, so we're doing a live challenge, so we are gonna do the Arrowverse map.
There was a troll, one of those trolls those people who call everything woke and everything.
Yeah.
They were saying it Yavaka.
Yeah, they just, you know. I'm Japanese. I live in Tokyo, but grew up in the U.S. No, it's cool. Okay, cool. Grew up in the U.S., so yeah, you obviously are very familiar with American culture, so you probably have heard probably most people you met called you Kita the first time, I'm guessing, right? I already forgot how is it again?
Kita?
It is Kita. What was I saying before? Oh, I
No,
am saying Kita, and you're saying Kata.
Yeah, it is Kita.
Okay, Kata.
With an A, kind of.
Yeah. All right, we have 3 people in. Laura, I'm coming back, just getting the dogs back in. We will wait a second and see if Laura can get in here. Hopefully the dogs are not putting up much of a fight. 11 a.m. Where you live? Oh, you're talking to Kata. That sounds about right. No,
it's
wait.
About
backwards 7, 8. Yeah, no, that's probably about right.
It's about
If not, it's about
where I am.
They were talking about Kata, not us.
Oh, okay.
It's pronounced similar to cicada, but
Yeah,
not
he
how
said that
AJ
on the answer
pronounces
screen.
it. So it's not Kata. All right, we got everybody in, I think. All right, let's go. All right. Where am I? I know this. It's funny, I'm doing another map right now of filming locations, and I just mapped this location today. Funny enough. Literally like 6 hours ago. So this is a scene they did when Roy was back, and they had the Black Canary and Emily Bett and David Ramsey and all that out on set with them. And why am I forgetting where this is now? Where the fuck is the school? Oh my god, why am I blanking so hard? I'm seeing every school but the one I need.
Yeah,
It should be like right. Okay, I found it.
I've always wanted to go to Vancouver to see the Flash film, but
I don't think you're getting there in time.
yeah. I've been to Victoria once because it was like a stop on a cruise, but we were only there for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I actually am not a fan of Victoria. I mean, some of that is because I find it a little boring. Some of it is because I was literally thrown off the island once by the police.
Oh wow.
We were there getting autographs from swimming. Obviously, you're American. Even if you don't follow it, you know who Michael Phelps is, right?
Yeah.
So we were over there going for Team USA swimming, and Michael Phelps was there, and he had security from Team USA, and the guy on the Team USA security did not like people waiting around for autographs, so he was trying to get rid of us. So he got the cops involved, and the cops told me and my friend to leave the island. It's like, where are you from? We're like, we're from Vancouver. And it's like, well, there's a ferry leaving in about 20 minutes. He goes, you have a choice. You can go get on that ferry, or I can arrest you. And I'm like, that doesn't seem reasonable. So this graveyard is where they did the scene for H.R. Wells' funeral. They've done other funerals there too, but that was the one probably most likely to be remembered by people.
Did they do the Lower Lance one here?
No, no, that was actually just in a regular city park.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes they will film in an actual graveyard, and then sometimes they won't, and I don't really know why. I mean, I understand sometimes it's probably just scheduling and money, but you know, it doesn't always make sense to me which ones they pick which way. Yeah, because of Keith. Okay, I can see how that's probably why I make the same problem is because it sounds close to Keith, like in this spelling aspect. I understand that now. Okay. I just got to remember it's cicada or cicada or cicada.
Didn't they make that joke in season 5 too? That cicada versus cicada, I think.
They might have. I mean, I think they've done things like that in the past where they make jokes about their own content.
I think
I'm
they
sorry,
watch
I'm not even
videos.
explaining to you guys. I'm not even explaining to you guys where I'm getting like my guesses from here because I'm busy talking. But yeah, I think you guys care more about where these locations are anyway. All right, so we had myself first. We had where's everyone? Second, third. Laura second, Danny third, and Miata is still missing the spot. So Miata, everything in this game is going to be around the Vancouver area. Like the furthest north it will go is Squamish, and those spots are very, very rare. Most things will be somewhere between this corner of the 99 here and out to like here. This is mostly farmland down here, so if you see a farm-like location, it's here. If you see something that looks very, very downtown-centric, it's going to be more like here. For me, like almost 11 p.m. on Monday night, but accurate, it's like 10:52 p.m. Okay, all right. We have a park here. I don't know my park locations, so I am as lost as the rest of you.
This kind of looks like where they filmed in season 2 when Barry's dad had a log cabin. But there was a hill in that
I
scene, and there's no hills here that I see. So, I don't know.
Well, the thing about it is, like, I was at the very end of this road, like right up against the fence, so I might have been putting it there to have it as close to the location as possible, but couldn't be at the location because it's inside the fence. So it might be on the other side of the fence, and it's whatever. I don't know where this is, and I'm not
So
even
we
like
might see you on one of these.
on Google Maps. As far as I know, I don't think I'm on any Google Maps coverage. It's funny. I've got a buddy that goes for hockey autographs with me. He's actually on Google Maps twice.
Oh wow!
Once outside the arena, then once outside his own place. The first time I ever saw him on there, we all had a good laugh at it. We're like, haha, you're out there with so and so and so and so. And then the more recent time, I was actually playing a game in competition, and I got my buddy's fucking house, and he was out there having a smoke in front of his house in the footage. I'm like, what the hell? I know who that is. That was the funniest thing. All right, so where were we? We're up in Coquitlam. Damn. Okay, I wasn't thinking Coquitlam at any point. So we had Danny first, myself second, Laura third, Miata getting a little closer. Getting closer. L? What's the L for, Pagey? What's my L for?
Oh, there's Pagey again.
Yeah.
On Lance's stream, he made like a bunch of alternate accounts and started spamming. There was like anti-Eric, there was like anti-Lance, there was Eric Lover. There was, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
kept on spamming the chat, and we kept on timing him out, but he kept on coming back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
No, I think I told you this. He came on my he says this wasn't him, but I don't believe him. He came on my
Where
stream.
he used my photo and pretended it was me. Yeah, you did tell
Yeah.
me that.
Well, I thought it was you at first because the same week I would send you the link, so I was like, oh, maybe it's actually you.
Well,
So.
I would have told you if I was coming on. I know this is in Stanley Park. I just don't remember where.
And
I'm
I
just gonna go
highly
there and
doubt you
don't
would
do
be
that.
playing those noises
No.
that he was playing.
Uh, I gotta go grocery shopping later. It's the last of my pop. Can't be running out of that.
I gotta go to grocery shopping later this week. I bought my first house, so I'm getting the keys tomorrow. So
Really, eh?
yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Did you get one you wanted, or did you get one that you're like, that's the best I can afford?
No, I got one I actually really liked. Yeah.
That's cool. Because I know I've
Yeah.
got a buddy, like Vancouver housing market is atrocious right now. I got a buddy that was looking for one, and he wanted one that was actually like close to Vancouver, like close enough to his work because he works downtown. So he wanted something that was a 10 or 15-minute drive, which is the Vancouver or northern Burnaby area. He ended up having to get one out here in Langley for the price he wanted because what he wanted from a house he couldn't get near the city for that price. So, kind of sucks. Laura and myself in Stanley Park. Danny third, Miata fourth. Getting closer each time, Miata. All right, next round. Toy Traders. I know where this is. This is actually, if you're into like Funkos and stuff, if you're ever in Vancouver, this is the place you go for Funkos. They have an obscene amount of Funkos.
I got a
But
Funko signed by a voice actress a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
this like if you're in Vancouver and you go for like autographs, this is where you usually would go to get your Funkos. Unfortunately, it's also way the hell outside the city. It is the very city I just finished telling you about. It's way out there. I don't
Thomas and
remember where
Friends.
it
I
is.
watched that when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was after my time. I don't remember where it is. I've only been there like 3 times, and every time someone drove me, so I didn't have to figure it out myself. I think it's near Willowbrook, but I don't remember. Good enough. I know it's in the area of there. Ugh. Yeah, they've got actually some pretty cool stuff in that store. Like I wish it was in Vancouver because I probably would go there once in a while. But it's so far outside the city. Like even actors will go out there sometimes. Like Katie Sackhoff, she did a thing where she was like uh, she went there to look for something and she did like a little YouTube video on it, and she walked in there and she asked him like, "Oh, do you have any Funkos for this character?" And she was talking about like her character from whatever Battlestar Galactica or something like that. And they're like,
Okay.
"No, we're all out of those ones." I don't even think they knew it was her interviewing them. All right, so myself first. I wasn't that far away. How did I not see Toy Traders when I zoomed in that close? Damn. Laura second, Miata third, Danny fourth. Hey, Miata beat you there. Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. All right, next. Oh, that was the end of that game. Okay. Good job, everyone. Myself first, Laura second, Danny third, Miata in her first ever game. Good job. All right. All right. Let's do a world map. That way everybody will have a little more chance at being kind of having a chance. All right. Get the link for the chat. Oh, everybody's already in. I don't know if there's any newcomers, but I will drop it just in case. I'll give anyone new that might have just rolled in like 10 seconds to get in here, but I have a hunch we're probably it. Excuse me. Minute 30, perfect. Where's Eric? Probably DJing. Probably has a DJing gig. I don't
He's
know.
on the stream with us.
But that was earlier. Like
Yeah.
this time of night is usually when, like, if you're working as a DJ, right about now, it'd probably be the time you got to work, right? All right,
Yeah.
let's get going. Remember, this is the entire world in theory. Like, there are obviously some countries that don't have Google coverage, but in theory.
What are the
You'll get
maps that
eyeglasses
have
this week?
what are the maps that have like the locations where they just put you out in the middle of the ship with like nothing there in the middle of the ocean?
There are probably maps like that. I would personally not play. I hate ones that are so unofficial. Like, I don't mind unofficial maps if there is some stuff to look at, but I don't like really unofficial maps like that. Okay, so I'm gonna give chat some lessons here. This is learning with Canada Graphs time. So these bollards, if you see them, they're red on the front, red on the back, except for a little bit of a strip there. That is going to be Poland. We also have like some very Polish sounding names here. You see the little mark over the O and the little mark over the S. Very Polish thing. Also, their streets are kind of narrow, and this is kind of narrow. So these are some pretty Polish-looking Poland things. The big Poland thing, though, was these poles. So there's 3 countries that predominantly, there are other countries that have some, but predominantly 3 countries have what are called holy poles or cement poles with these holes in the middle. Poland's are the thinnest of them. So these are Poland ones, and they also often will do this thing where they make an A-frame out of their poles. So that is usually a Poland thing. Just almost everything about this is Poland. As like, there's a guy named Rainbolt who's the most famous Geoguessr player. Not the best, but the most famous Geoguessr player. He'd usually say something like, because he's already figured out he's in Poland at the time. He's like, "Oh, these trees look Polish." You know, there's obviously no Polish-looking trees. They're the same everywhere. But yeah, so that was Poland. So hopefully everyone's in Poland with me. Uh-oh, someone missed Poland.
Miata,
Hello?
you were looking for Paigey.
Oh, she's looking for Paigey. If you're looking for Paigey, you got to check down this area. Go look for him down there. Hop on a kangaroo and get over there.
I
All right, what do we got
tried
here?
Tim Tams for the first time. Does it really
Oh,
get
Tim Tams? Yeah, they
sold
are.
in my
They are,
grocery
yeah.
store. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of my friends was married to an Australian for a while, and she got us into trying Tim Tams, and yeah, they were very good.
They only sell like 1 pack of original, 1 pack of salted caramel, and they only get them every once in a while.
Oh,
I
really?
heard at the
Yeah.
international market they might have more, but
Okay, so learning with Canada Graphs time. So the yellow center line, when we were on the bridge, I thought maybe this could be Canada, USA, but Mexico, as I told you earlier, also has it. So this is Mexico. The things that also tell you it's Mexico is these road shields look very Mexican, and it even says OAX on the top, which is short for Oaxaca, which is one of the states in Mexico. So if you zoom in on your map, you'll even see Oaxaca pop up right about there. There, you can see it, Oaxaca. So these cities should actually be findable in Oaxaca in theory, but whether I have time to find them or not is a different question. Tlacolulita, Tepaxilia, and something else that I also can't pronounce. I don't think I'm going to find any. Is that the one I just saw? No, that says Tlacolulita. No, I was wrong. I'm just going to stay in the Oaxaca area. Close enough.
I just had the plunk. I wasn't in time. Like I went to Thailand.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got.
I did get 1 point.
I even gave you the state name, and you couldn't even get the country. All right, we had Laura second, Miata third, right country, excellent, and then we had somebody over here in the water. Did that look like water to you? All right,
Yeah.
next round. Your excuse was you're too busy learning. That's what it was, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have railroad crossing sign here. I can't remember is that a Canada or US anything specifically, or if that is somewhere else. I don't know. I feel like this isn't even either of those just because of the white lines, but I don't know who uses railroad crossing signs like that. I guess I will find out in a minute. This has to be, hold on. I think we're in New Zealand. So it's in English and the signs are on the left. So the signs are on the left, driving left. Your choices are going to be like a couple of places. Obviously, the UK and Ireland drive on the left, but this is sun is right there. So that doesn't tell a story nearly as much, but the shadow does. Shadow tells you we're in the south. So your choices, Southern speaking English country that drives on the left are Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and the countries around South Africa. This is not African. Plus, we have this bollard here that is, it's curved on the inside and it's red. Australia, a couple places in Australia will have a bollard similar, but this design is more New Zealand. Then we also have this pole that's got what is called a possum guard on it. It's also a New Zealand thing. So this is somewhere in New Zealand. I go North Island unless I see super mega mountains. There's mountains everywhere in New Zealand, but it's usually going to be North Island most times.
Yeah, it was North New Zealand. I went South New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad guess because I mean New Zealand as a whole is not easy to read. I know like one guy that I see in the pro tournaments who has an okay read on New Zealand, but not many of the others do. Like it's a hard place to read, so I don't blame you. All right, myself, Laura, and Danny over there, and we had Miata doing the swim this time. You guys like your water posts. All right. What have we got here? We got a center yellow line, and that's all I have to go on so far. Driving on the right. This looks like an American plate, but I don't think this is America. If this is
That's an
America,
American truck. Ford is a American.
yeah, well, you can buy it. Oh, we have. I told you about these poles earlier.
Yes.
Now, were you paying attention? This vegetation definitely makes me think that. Like between the pole and the vegetation, I am mostly sure. For those that weren't here in the chat earlier, we have also some language here that adds to it. So if you see a pole that goes if you see a striped pole that goes all the way to the bottom, you are going to be in Taiwan. We also have some Asian looking language here. Now there is differences between Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. This is definitely never Korean. And Japanese characters, for the most part, are more simplistic looking than this. So you would hopefully be able to like look at it and tell. There are more complex versions of Japanese characters, but most signs seem to usually use the more simplistic ones. I can't remember the names of it. There's two different types of languages, like the characters, but I don't know the difference.
I was thinking more south, but I went in the middle because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was so busy talking, I wasn't thinking much about where I needed to guess, but it was going to be anywhere in the green area. Like I told you before, this coast, everywhere from Taipei along this coast down to Kaohsiung City, is very, very flat farmland. And then a little bit here in Hualien County is farmland. The rest of it's mountain or bushy area. This looks more like it could be US or South America. This has got to be US, right? Yeah, this is American as hell.
Yeah, that's I recognize that college symbol. I can't think of the name off the top of my head though.
Yeah, I can't quite see what that
Pennsylvania Hospital.
Ah, there you go. Penn Medicine, yeah. This is probably Penn State area. But I can't say for certain.
State.
Well,
I don't know.
most universities have their own hospital, right? It would be weird to just call it Pennsylvania Hospital. Like that's kind of a weird name to just give to a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure. I don't follow enough college sports to know where the hell Penn State actually is. I don't know if it's
Um,
Philly, Pittsburgh, a small town.
I knew some people who went to Penn State, but I forget where it is.
All right, I don't know
I think it's
where
in
in Pennsylvania it
Philadelphia.
is. Yeah, it probably is, but I don't actually know. I'm gonna go close to Philly just because I don't actually know. Since CG is teaching you about Geoguessr, you can return the favor by teaching him how to crop photos in Instagram. It's not the cropping photos in Instagram I have; it's the posting them in Instagram. They won't auto crop it like they used to. I could crop them myself. I just don't feel I should because the system used to auto crop them, but now they don't. So it was in Philly. Um, yeah, Danny first, myself second, Laura third, Miata fourth. Good job, everybody. We all got the U.S. Good job, good job, good job. Final scores: myself first, Laura second, Danny third, Miata getting up to 6,000 points, getting better, getting better. Each game
Yeah,
getting a little better.
Miata, that's me. Danny's my name, my like actual name.
Yeah.
Flash Freak is my alias that I came up with years ago because I love the
Wait, your
Flash.
real name isn't Flash Freak?
I
What?
know it's not on my birth certificate. I know.
My God. Learn
I
something
should
new
I,
every
I
day.
should get it legally changed.
All
So
right,
your
so
real
this.
name isn't Canada Grass?
Oh, no, that's my real name, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Be, don't be silly. Why would I call myself that? Okay, so we have three of us in the lobby. I don't know if Miata's joining, but I got to go to the washroom. I'll be back in like 90 seconds.
I will also be back. I have returned. Has this turned into the Flash Freak stream, the early midweek freak? Or late midweek freak because it's Sunday? Miata, I just said it's Danny.
All right. All right. I guess Miata's not playing this game.
Miata, I did not go to the Phantom Zone.
Going once. Going twice. There we go. All right. Going, gone. All right. So we have looks to be left-hand driving from here. I see a truck like this. I kind of think of two countries. What is this telephone pole? Holy cow! How long of a reach does your light need?
I've never
Um,
seen one like that before.
okay, so when I see a truck like this, left-hand drive, I usually think one of two countries, and that's Australia or New Zealand. I don't know which one this is yet.
Well, I know Pagey has one like that. He has a Jeep, I know.
Oh, really? Doesn't
Yeah.
like I said, when I see trucks like that, I think of one of two countries. Do I see anything that tells me the country yet? I think this is Australia. I'm mostly sure this is Australia. Mostly because I don't see yellow painted curbs on the side, which would be more of a New Zealand thing. And it's just, oh, we even have a yellow plate here. Okay, this is Australia. So yellow plates in Australia would be in this area over here in New South Wales. But we only see one yellow plate here, so I am skeptical it's actually New South Wales. I think this is probably more like a Melbourne subject district area, but we'll see. Oh, it actually was New South Wales.
Oh,
very
wow.
far.
Okay.
There's Wagga Wagga. I was like 3 kangaroo hops away from Pagey.
Yeah.
We might have even seen Pagey's truck.
I watched a video today of someone boxing a kangaroo.
Not enough money you could pay me to do that.
I don't think they won either.
Yeah. Canada Graphs first, Danny second, Laura third, Miata. I feel like Miata's not listening to my stream. In the middle of Thailand, Laos area. This is how I find out who's not listening to me. All right. So, I think, based just off of just this look, we're in the US.
Yeah.
Now, my reasons for that is this line, even though it looks out here like it might be white, is actually kind of a faded yellow. If we look this way, you can see it a little better as yellow. This looks like everywhere that's sad and desolate in the US. Where in the US? I have a theory. This could be Texas, but I am not committed to that theory. NM114. NM, I wonder if that's New Mexico. So a thing you'll see quite often in the US, not everywhere in the US, but a lot of states in the US, will sometimes put the state abbreviation in like a road number, like if it's a big like highway in the state. So NM might be New Mexico. So I'm going to look and see if there's a New Mexico 114. There probably is. I mean, every state's got a 114 probably. But does New Mexico have one? 114. Wow, I found that fucking quick. So I have a hunch this is going to be the 114 in New Mexico. Which way does this road go? This goes more north-south. That doesn't add up. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, wait, it turns. Okay, I think it's going to be in this area here. Where was it? How close did I get?
Oh, wow, you got really close.
A little closer, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, the NM turned out to be New Mexico. Then all you had to do was to find the 114, and the 114 wasn't a very long road. It went there, and then it went down a little bit until it turned into Texas. So it wasn't going to be on the Texas part, so it had to be on this straight up and down part because the road itself went north-south. So, yeah. So myself first, Danny second, Laura third, Miata fourth. Miata was down in Mexico, chilling in Mexico. All right. I am very confident she is not listening.
Yeah.
All right. First thing I noticed right off the bat, I don't even have to look anywhere else for any other information. This big fat boy right here, this is a French bollard. There's a couple of different designs. The red one is the most common one. Sometimes you'll see a gray stripe in the middle instead of the red, but this big fat thick bollard with this pointy top is France. You don't see them anywhere else. If you do, someone stole one from France. We also have a sign here that sounds French, Le Foy. I don't have to look any further. Remember what I also told you about the striped side of the roads, that sometimes you see them in Spain and France? Again, striped side of the roads. Everything here is French as hell. Just I don't know where in France. It's kind of farmlandy. Unfortunately, 80% of their country is farmlandy, so it doesn't really narrow it down a lot. I don't think I'm going to find any other information that'll narrow it down much more, but I will take a quick look and see if I can. I'd like to find a sign that gives a road number, even though I won't be able to find the road number, just to show you an idea what the road number sign looks like, but I'm not going to find it, and I didn't start looking for one fast enough. Yeah, it's going to have to plonk in France.
Keita said, yeah, there's Pagey and his dog in the Jeep.
It might have been, yeah, it might have been. I didn't check to see if Cal was in the driver's seat or not. How do they make sure people don't cheat in Geoguessr tournaments? If you're talking about the pro tournaments, like the ones where there's cash prizes, there is. They do them through like Discord and stuff like that, and you have to agree to screen share. So they'll have a monitor sitting in there watching you play to make sure because see how like at the top of my page you can see the URL up here, right? So in a game, I would have to be full screen, so all of this off here isn't there. So you can't just like tab out, go to another tab, check something, and come back. You would have to stay in game. So when you're playing in a major pro tournament, that's how they prevent cheating. Now, if you're talking about in like the Geoguessr tournament things that Geoguessr themselves hosts, unfortunately, there is some cheating going on there. Laura first, myself second, Danny third, me out of fourth. We all got France. Good. So there is some cheating that goes on in there. You can report a player and show the link to a game, and Geoguessr will investigate, and if they think there's enough, they might suspend them. And they actually have gotten pretty good at doing that. So here, my first thought, without looking around yet, I think Brazil. The reason I think Brazil is the double yellow lines. You can get, I told you earlier, Danny, like you can get those in the Americas, Canada, USA, Mexico, and most of the southern countries, yellow lines. The other thing is this pavement is kind of discolored compared to like black or gray pavement you see elsewhere. And that is because lots of parts of like Brazil have very red dirt. Like see how red the dirt is over here? And it just tracks on the car and then onto the road, and that's just, it is what it is. So let me just see if these signs confirm that I'm in Brazil. I'm mostly sure I am, but let's just see. Nothing on there I can say that gives me a definitive answer. Do you have any more answers? We might not be in Brazil because this signpost doesn't have a black back. So in Brazil, it is black. Okay, we are in Brazil. So the back of the sign here, see how it's black, like a grayish black? Yeah. Brazil's back of their signs are like their government signs are going to be black. 67. Oh shit, I don't have time to look for that. It's going to be down here somewhere.
I didn't have time to look, so you plunked on Brazil.
Yeah, I would have known the phone code if I'd got it like 5 seconds earlier. I have gotten very good at knowing the phone codes of Brazil, but I didn't have enough time to look for it. Funny enough, I just did a game today where I had to look up 67. But yeah, so those are my reasons for going Brazil. We had Laura first, myself second, Danny third. Miata missed out. Sad face. All right. What do we got here?
What is a flag right there? So that might just be an embassy.
Is it behind me? Because I don't see it in front of me.
It's to the left.
Oh, right there. Yeah. So that is definitely the Tunisia flag, and this is definitely Tunisia. That was actually my first thought was I think this is Tunisia, but I didn't see anything right away. But this guy behind us here in this olive green truck with the red and black plate, Tunisian follow car. You'll see him everywhere in Tunisia with your car. Most of the time he's behind the car, but there's a few spots in the country where he's ahead of the car. So the other thing I notice out here is we have some coastline out here. So we are very close to the water, to the northwest, mostly north, but a little bit west. So where would I find Tunisian coverage that is north and west? Could be in this pocket here. I would say like Monastir is a good guess. Might be anywhere along this coastline though, just depending on the angle of the road at that particular little bump. Could be down here. Doubt it's in this area because that's going south on the coast. And it's probably not up here, although it is possible, but this would be more populated. Tunis is their biggest populated area, so this doesn't look nearly as populated. So I'm thinking down in this area.
It was actually
south.
lower than what we thought.
Wow. That's see, it is north, but it's such a small little nook that, yeah, okay. Was I the only one in Tunisia, guys? Apparently I was. Oh no, Danny was there too. Okay, Danny first, myself second, Laura third. We were all hanging so close together. I didn't see the other markers. That's what it was. And then Miata down in Tanzania. Yeah, Tanzania does not have coverage, but I understand you don't know all the countries yet. Fair enough. And final scores for that game: Canada Gramps, Danny, Laura, Miata. All right. I think Laura was second last game, so I'll let her pick a map. Although she did pick Fun with Flags already today. So, Danny, if you want to pick a map, we'll let you pick.
What should we do? Let's go South Korea. Just a random one.
South Korea? That is going to be a challenge. All right. South Korea. Maybe we will see. Trying to see if there. I generally try to avoid playing the general basic one. I'll see if there's someone whose name I recognize that has one. Mapper's pretty good.
Do you make any other maps besides the Arrowverse ones, or?
I have been working on a world map, but I have, for the most part, like 70% abandoned doing it, and I'm currently working on a Canada filming map, but I am still only barely in the BC area.
Okay.
So that's going to take me a while too. All right, guys. So we're in South Korea only. South Korea only. Do not be going outside South Korea, or else I don't know how to help you. All right, everyone. I want to know that you know South Korea is South Korea. It says it right there. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to read the chat. Well, I do that because I see Scott's got a question there. Let me see what you said. Is it possible Mia Queen might appear in season 9? Probably not.
They could be setting off. They could be setting up a spinoff like they did in season 8.
What if in a pro game someone has an earpiece and someone else looks up stuff and feeds them the answer? I mean, it is in theory not impossible, but I doubt that would happen because most of the players that are at that level, it would be slower for them learning through someone else trying to tell them than doing that. Plus, you're also on comms. You are also on comms, so they would hear who you're talking to. That is probably the more better way to answer that. I didn't want up on this bridge. I wanted to see that sign that was over there that I drove past. Okay, I want to get not on that bridge. So I'm not going to get to that sign in time because I ended up on that stupid bridge. God damn it. Okay, apparently I am just going to... The number 50... Oh no, that's a kilometer marker. That's not an actual sign, damn it. That was something to do with the road. I have no idea. So when I'm in Korea and I don't have an idea where I am, I just guess in the middle of the country and hope for the best. Gangneung, okay.
I saw a number on the freeway right at the last second. If I had more time, I could have got closer to it, but
I feel at this point like Miata is trolling me.
Yeah,
I said like 3 times. I'm like, we are in South Korea. Everyone knows we're in South Korea. All right, so we got Laura first, myself second, Danny third. Next round, and Miata. Miata is not quite third. Okay, this is a very South Korean looking view. I've seen these things in South Korea a lot. I don't know what they do. I know they're probably like hot houses for like vegetables and stuff, but I don't know what necessarily is being grown in them. But I do see them a lot there. I mean, I see them in Taiwan too, and sometimes a little bit in Japan. But this is a very South Korean thing to see. I don't think I'm going to find any information of use here because it's going to be a long way till I hit a road. Oh, I lied. I don't know my South Korean phone codes that well. I know 010 is cell phone numbers,
I
and I
barely know the U.S.
believe.
The phone codes.
You know what's funny? Since I started playing this game, I used to know, like, up until about, like, 2010-ish area, I used to know all the American phone codes. And some of the newer ones I don't know because they're constantly adding new ones, but I used to know most of them. Since I started playing this game, I have found that I am missing some of them once in a while that I used to know. I'll see one and it'll be like blah blah blah, and I'll be like, I don't know where that is, and then it'll end up in that state, and I'm like, oh my god, right, that used to be this, and I get them wrong like more often than I'm surprised I am. It's like I learn new information about other places and I like push out information about America. All right, Danny first, Laura second, myself third, and Miata not here again.
Well, she's in the chat.
No, I mean in South Korea.
Oh, where is she? Oh, she's in
Cambodia. Yeah.
Miata, this is a South Korea map, by the way.
Yeah, I tried already.
I tell you what, when you pick a map, we'll do a Cambodia map.
Well, first time she was in Pakistan, so she just likes to go all over like Asia, I guess. If you just keep hitting Asian countries, eventually you're going to get Korea, maybe. Motorway ends in 1.5. Doesn't tell me the name of the area. Thanks. I'm not going to get here in 1.5 kilometers, so I'm not going to find out what the motorway ending was for. A road down there. I wonder if that road is more informational. Informational? Did I just say the word informational? Like that is a thing? I want down on that road. Why are you preventing me from going down on that road? Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And see if I can jump off to the road. No, can't quite get there. Damn it. That's sad face. Can I now? No? Damn it. Oh, that is so many sads. Okay. This has been a disaster because I keep getting locations that I can't explain anything from.
Yeah.
What's Walker's rap date? No idea. I don't live in South Korea, so I don't know the places. I don't live in South Korea either. When is the Flash going on break? What do you mean on break, Edit? You mean filming break? The week before Christmas.
I've noticed Gary hasn't been in chat in a while.
Who?
Gary?
Oh, Gary. No, he's been here most of the last few streams. Today is, I think, the first one I haven't seen him in a long time.
Oh, okay.
Laura first, myself second, Danny third. Miata getting closer. She has now found South Korea and is circling in on it. Next one, she's going to 5K. I'm calling it right now. Miata 5K is the next one. Pick Vietnam. That you can't because they deleted all the coverage from Vietnam. It'd be all Trekker locations, and I don't want to do Trekker locations because they're inaccurate. Oh, do we have a road number? No, that's God damn it. Keep teasing me with things.
They keep putting us on like endless freeways.
Well, a lot of the country is freeways, right? So 35 and 4.
Oh.
I can find those. Daejeon. All right, 35 and 4. 35 and 4. I found the 4. Where's the 35? Where's the 35? There's the 35. Goes down through here. That doesn't seem to match up. I found the 4. Oh, there's the 35. Okay. In this area somewhere. Honam. Can I find Honam? Should be right in this area. Where is Honam? I don't think I'm going to find this, even though it's I've got like 20 seconds. Okay, maybe I give up on that. Daejeon Station. Can I find Daejeon Station? I think more down this way. 4 and the 35 are here too. I did not find it. Sad face for me. Oh, look who's getting closer.
Hey, Miata, you were in the right country this time.
All right. Myself first, Laura second, Danny third, and we had Miata on the board, getting close. Pretty good, getting better. What'd she get this time? 648. Ooh, watch out, guys. She's going to catch you. All right, final round of South Korea. All right. Two cities I don't know. Okay. Cool. Does this sign give me more information? No. Three characters. Come on, man. You gave that whole sign for 3 characters? Come on. Oh, that's the end of the road. Sad face. Let's try going down the hill. There's a sign over there, but I don't know if it's going to have anything more cool. Oh, are you not going to let me go up that road? Rude. The 7. It's a small road. I don't know if I'll be able to find the 7. Yeah, that's just like a state or province or whatever they call them, their road. Gwangyong. Where's a 7? Find me a 7. Come on, there's a 7. Okay, what were the other city names? Donghori and Sokjo. Oh, I didn't find enough. Oh, sad face. Oh, I was getting close.
Oh, you just beat me too. Almost
Myself
got first
first,
place.
Laura second, Miata third, fourth Danny. Miata beat you that round.
You did.
All right, final scores. Myself first with 8,200 points. That's sadness. Danny second, Laura third, Miata fourth.
I was running all the way up into that final round.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. All right, Danny has picked. Laura picked earlier. So Miata, if you have a map, I know you said Vietnam, but Vietnam is not a choice because they erased all the Vietnam coverage. So something else? Question mark.
Why do
Discovery
they
has the
erase
audacity to
coverage?
be. I don't know. They never really explain why they do things like that. I mean, it's usually if they go and erase an entire country, it's usually one of 2 problems. Either a problem with the government or a problem with their data. So I don't know which it is. Like they have all this technology on board of the car that tells them the exact coordinates of where they are, but it might have been defective or something. The only other possibility is it could have been an issue with the Vietnam government because they had it for like 6 months to a year and then got rid of it all of a sudden just out of the blue. McDonald's. Okay. All right, McDonald's. I assure you, with how often we play the McDonald's map on here, we are not sponsored by McDonald's. And
Isn't
everybody,
McDonald's like right across the street from my apartment complex?
yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, it's a. I try not to eat it. There's other places I prefer, but it's good to have sometimes.
Yeah, I go to McDonald's probably about once every 2 or 3 months, just when I'm all
Yeah.
of a sudden I have a craving for it, and I'm actually kind of hungry and it's close. So I'll go there maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Um,
They sell the 40-piece chicken McNugget now. Was I didn't
the
know?
hell? We only have 20 pieces here.
Yeah, they sell 40.
Yeah, that's America for you. All right, we are going to McDonald's, everyone. Get your McChicken sauce and your Szechuan sauce, and let's go. All right, we found our McDonald's right there. This looks so much like, oh my God. Do I know where this is?
Ooh, I haven't seen a play place in a while. I used to do that when I was a kid.
I feel like I used to actually know where this would be. 58. Okay, if I'm going this way to Salmon Arm, where would I be? Why can I not find Salmon Arm? There's Salmon Arm, okay. Revelstoke, question mark? Okay, 58 to Salmon Arm, 109 to Kamloops, 153 to Revelstoke. Oh, I'm going, what the hell? Sycamus?
I want to say the U.S., but I've never seen those types of arrows
Burn?
before. Maybe it's just a state I haven't been in, but
Well, I mean, who knows, right?
yeah,
There
I don't
is
know.
clues that tell you where you are, like 150 meters, maximum 60 kilometers. we
Oh,
did not have
if I had more
we
time, I
did
could
not
get it.
have any miles or speed limit signs. So yeah, that was actually I think I've actually been to that like area, like not necessarily in the McDonald's, but the area. I was like, oh my God, I know this is BC. Where the hell is it? And then when I saw the sign that said Salmon Arm, I started going out this way. I'm like, maybe it's Revelstoke. Then I looked back at the sign and realized one of the locations was Revelstoke on the sign. I'm like, oh fuck, this has to be Vernon. So then I scrolled into Vernon, couldn't quite find the city or find the location. But yeah, myself first, Miata second, you guys, and Danny third, and Laura missed out. Looks like it's Canada. You were right. Good job, Miata. All right, next round. We have our McDonald's here. And there's another play place. We have an A&W, which is interesting.
Uh,
Don't see a lot of A&Ws in the U.S. There's a few places, but not a lot.
I've never seen one in my life.
I saw one of the time. Oh, Jesus, we have a fucking flag here. I saw one time when I was in Minnesota, and I saw one in Washington State, but not many other places.
I haven't been to those two states, so.
Yeah.
Is that the same A&W that does like the root beer? Or is that a
Yes.
different A&W?
Yeah.
Okay.
116 and 100. We have to be. Who would have 116 and 100? It's just. Fuck. I think this is more likely, but I am not convinced. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's having north and south numbers, but so does this place. 116 and 100. Actually, isn't 116 a big road here? Oh, it was way the fuck up here somewhere. Grand Prairie. Okay. I was very wrong on which city it was. Laura in first place. Myself second, Danny third, Miata fourth. So when I saw the A&W, my first thought is it's probably Canada. Because we have a lot of A&Ws here. But I know, like I said, I've seen them in the US from time to time, so I didn't discount it right away until I saw the Canada flag out on the road.
Okay.
Then it was a matter of, is this Alberta or is this Ontario? Because those were the only two places I thought would have that much infrastructure around that weren't BC or Quebec. And then I saw the red license plates. I'm like, okay, it's got to be Alberta. Didn't find the city, though. We have our McDonald's. Wait, this isn't a McDonald's. Oh, is it? What is this? This is not a McDonald's. You liars. Oh, there's our McDonald's. Okay. You're less liar. Okay. We are not in America or Canada this time.
Have you ever had a McDonald's map where they didn't actually put you at a McDonald's?
Yep. Usually what's happened there is the person that made the map put you there, and then new coverage has overwritten it, and the McDonald's have been torn down since then. So that's a thing that kind of happens sometimes. Yakmok? I don't know if I've ever heard of that city. I don't think I've ever heard of that city. Yakmok. Yakmok. I've never heard of that city, and it's big enough to be 167 kilometers away. Yakmok. Like a city that's over 100 kilometers away is usually a big city. Yakmok. Bowden and Gamelstad. I don't know either of those, and they sound smaller. Let's go south of Yakmok. It was east. Not terrible. Myself first, Danny second, Laura third. I have played a lot of Sweden and had a lot of Sweden in world games on other people's streams and that, and I've never heard of Yakmok. I've heard of practically every other city in Sweden that is large enough to have 100 kilometers away from somewhere, but not that. All right. You heard Allegra's directing 9/11?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I know she was she did the Warner Brothers directors thing in the off season, so I knew she probably was getting a gig. I just didn't, I hadn't heard, but I'll have to keep that in note.
The question is, will we get a Tigra wedding this season? I hope so.
All right. So I have a feeling, just a feeling, a small feeling. I might know a geographical area this could be. Not going to say that this guy couldn't have traveled because it is a Winnebago. But I also can't say that this isn't from the geographical area near that area. But I am not convinced because I don't know. That also doesn't look like their junction sign. I don't know whose that is. I mean, there's like 5 states that have circular junction signs, so I don't know which one that could be. Do I just go with the crazy fan Winnebago meta? Doesn't feel right to me. Doesn't feel like Pennsylvania, but I don't have a better guess. Where was it? New Jersey, Delaware. Ugh, I was never going Delaware. Whoa, Laura must have saw something I didn't see. Good job, Laura. Laura first, Danny second, myself third, Miata fourth. So I don't know if you saw it. I guess you did because you went right in Philly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
there's a
saw
big
the
Philadelphia
Eagle sign.
Eagles. And I'm like, it's got to be somewhere not too far from here, like Delaware. Good call. Delaware. They don't have a pro football team, so if you're going to be a fan, you're either going to be a fan of Washington, Baltimore, or Philly, probably.
I know a
All right.
lot of people that are big fans of that team.
Yeah, but usually, if I see someone that's sporting a flag or something of a sports team, they're kind of usually in that area.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to see a Denver Broncos fan in New Hampshire very often.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because there was a game the other day, a U.S. specific map game that was happening on someone's stream, and they did in fact actually get a Denver Broncos sticker, and it was in Texas.
Oh wow.
And it cost the one team the game because both teams were having a really hard time figuring out where it was, and for good reason because you see a Denver Broncos sticker, you're thinking, well, it's got to be somewhere in Denver, right? So they were really having a problem with it. Finally, one of the teams just went somewhere else. And they're like, maybe it's not Denver. Maybe it's just a fan with a sticker, yada, yada, yada. And they went somewhere else. So they won because they weren't in Denver. But yeah, once in a while that'll happen, but not very often. What the hell? Wait, is this? This is unofficial coverage.
Yeah,
Shit.
I know. I noticed that. Everything's pretty blurry.
This gives me a lot of things that could and maybe not be, and I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't
Geoguessr
know.
does emotes now. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure where this is.
Yeah, neither am I. I was talking through most of it, so I wasn't really paying. Oh, Lebanon. Okay.
What? I clicked on it. God damn it. I clicked on it the last second. All right, I will be right back.
Okay. We had myself first, Danny second, Miata third, Lara fourth. We were in Lebanon, right in downtown Tripoli. Yeah, okay. So myself first, Danny second, Laura third, Miata fourth. All right, we'll do two more games, and then I got to wrap it up because I do have to go shopping still. I'll leave it up to the chat. So basically, Miata and Laura, do you want a really, really, really hard map or a super, super easy map?
All right, I'm back.
All right, I gave Miata and Laura this same decision to make. Do you want a really, really, really hard map or a really, really easy map?
Let's go really hard.
Okay, we have one for really hard. Do we have any votes from the other two yet?
I don't see anything.
I'm giving them a minute.
All right. Oh, Miata said easy.
Okay, so we have a 1-1 tie, so it's all down to Laura. And Laura said easy. You've been outvoted. All right, we're gonna be doing the dumb test, I guess.
I never got what that map actually was.
The dumb test? It's
Yeah.
literally just super easy to identify locations that, assuming you have, had any type of moderate schooling, you probably know these locations,
Mm-hmm.
There's no GeoGuessr map for North Korea, no official map. They do have some trekker locations from people that have taken photos when they're there and uploaded them, but there's not an official map now. But there is a map out there that has been created with theirs. You need to change your profile. If you're looking to try and make one that looks like mine and Laura's, you cannot do it. All the new profiles have to have these stupid avatar-looking things.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering too. Yeah.
Yeah, they made that change a few months ago. So if you had one of these avatars or one of these profiles beforehand, long as you don't go in and change it, you get to keep it for now. But all the new ones are these stupid things, which everybody hates, but they're just insistent on shoving it down our throats. Are you getting in here? We do not have you in the lobby yet.
Oh yeah, I need to.
Okay, we do not need a minute 30 for the dumb test, so we're going to go for a minute. Minute 10, I did not say. I said minute. There we go. All right. So these should be super easy locations for most of them. If you don't know them all, I understand. Sometimes maybe there's one or two things you haven't learned in time, but most of them you should see right away and be like, oh, I know that thing. Now, whether you can find it, different question. But here we go. All right. We have a big triangle in the middle of a courtyard.
Oh, I wonder if Ben's here.
I would be surprised if he is. I mean, I don't know where he is these days. Why can I not find this stupid thing?
He goes all around the world, it looks like.
It's true. He actually does. He's been traveling a lot more since he started getting into the film critic stuff, right? So you might be right.
Isn't he making a movie too? Or something?
I don't know if he's started making it yet. I know he's in the process of trying to get funding for it. So I don't know if he's started doing that. But you are right. He is technically doing that. All right. Okay, I got confetti. Yay. All right, we have 2 5Ks, and Danny was... Where was Danny hiding? Danny was hiding in Europe. He was in England. He was in Birmingham. What did you think it was?
The Birmingham Palace.
Okay. I don't know that building. For the record, that was the Louvre. The big art place in Paris. All right.
Okay.
Miata did not guess that round. Tough break. Next round. We have this.
I don't know this at all.
Nope. This is pretty tough.
They shouldn't even be on the dumb test map. This is so hard.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I understand like American education is pretty bad, so I wouldn't surprise me if someone didn't know it. Why am I looking? Oh, all right, it's this way. Wait, which end of the? Yeah, I'm at this end of the water fountain, right? Okay. Here, is it this pathway? Yeah, this is the pathway. This is the way. I don't have anything to add to that location. I hope everyone gets that. I mean, American education, I think that's something they teach you. America. Right. We had 2 5Ks. Danny didn't quite get there. Danny. Where were you?
I couldn't find the exact pathway. I was right next to it though. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, if you get that one in the future, look for the water.
Okay.
Because we were right at the edge of the water, right? And then we had Miata was...
Miata, you went to the wrong Washington. That's a...
okay. All right. I mean, it is Washington. It is Washington, but it's not the right Washington. All right. All right. This is another pretty easy one. I mean, it's actually not, but you should at least get the city. I hope you at least get the city. But finding it in the city actually is a little challenging. I have a little trouble with it myself. So I think this is it right here, though.
I have not been to Las Vegas yet. I heard it's a very fun city, though.
I was there one time. I was in a bad mood on the trip, though, because a lot of shit went on with the people I was on the trip with. Like, we had a bit of an argument falling out. So I was there kind of in a bad mood as it was. So I didn't really look around much. Plus, it was really hot and I was
Yeah, it
there
does
on
get
business
hot there.
anyways. Like, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the welcome to sign. That is not it. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm too late looking. Yeah, I fucked that up. Laura got slightly closer. It's way down here in Paradise. I forget it's near the airport.
Oh, I was there and then I went more north.
So when I scrolled in, I was scrolling in and saw the Neon Museum Las Vegas, and I thought, oh yeah, neon sign. That's what I'm looking for. Didn't think twice because I think part of it because I'm talking while I'm doing. I didn't think twice about it. Then too late in the thing, I'm like, wait a minute, there's no airport here. I'm in the wrong spot, and then I didn't have time to look for it. All right, so we had Laura first, myself second, Danny third, and Yada fourth. All right. We have some damaged infrastructure over here. It looks like it might be leaning. Hopefully it doesn't fall. It'd be a shame.
I learned it in school before, but I forget how it leans like that. I forget, but
If I've been told, I forgot. I might have been told at some point in my life, but if I have, I actually do not remember.
it's something with physics, and I barely passed that class, so.
Yeah, I got kicked out of school more than once, so it probably was on one of the days I wasn't there.
What were you doing?
Skipping out a lot.
Oh, okay.
I started going for autographs when I was like 15, and I would skip out of
Okay.
school to go get them. So I got kicked out of school for skipping out at one school. So then the next school I went to, they made me sign a thing like, oh, if you skip out, we'll suspend you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, no, that's totally fine. There's no way I'm going to do that again. And then I started doing it again. So,
It's in Italy, not France. I got confused with the Eiffel Tower.
excuse me. I don't know how to help you with that. I don't. I have no information package on how to fix your problem with that one.
I swear this is just water.
Oh god. Okay, so Laura and myself found the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We had somebody, I'm not gonna say who, in France, and we had Miata in Colombia. Okay.
What?
I honestly, I hope she's trolling
Hey,
somebody.
Gary's here.
Gary! All right, let's get to.
Gary.
I will get to your question in a second, Gary. We're on the final round of the game. This.
Gary, I haven't seen you in my streams yet. You should go check it out. 4 p.m.
I don't
Mountain
think I've
Standard
ever
Time.
seen coverage here at night.
So it's
I don't
like
think I've
a
ever seen.
shot from Cyberpunk
I don't think I've ever
2077.
seen nighttime coverage. I wonder if that's new coverage that's overwritten the old coverage, because I am sure I have had this location before and it was daytime.
I've actually never been to here.
Neither have I. I've been in the city very, very, very briefly, but not there long enough to do anything.
I've only been in the state just to switch that's for a layover, and it was like kind of where you could see the city, but
I haven't even done a layover really. I did. I think I'm on the wrong corner. I found 45th, but I couldn't find Broadway. Oh, I guess I was on the right corner. I guess they also call it Broadway. I was like, I think this is the right corner, but it didn't feel right because it didn't say Broadway on the sign. Oh, it says Broadway right there. Why? It's a side road. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that little thing. Okay. So yeah, myself first, Laura second, Danny third, Miata fourth. All right. It looks like we all got at least close to the right area. Yeah.
Gary, my
Good job.
channel is Flash Freak.
Yeah, if you want to post it in the chat, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I was gonna ask you.
Laura wins. Beats me by 5 points. That was that Las Vegas round. Danny third, Miata fourth. Good job, everybody. I will answer Gary's super chat here. How you doing, by the way, Gary? Welcome. Is The Flash and Superman and Lois going to be canceled before their final season, and when will they announce the winter schedule? They will not cancel them. I have no good answer about when they're going to drop the winter schedule. To be honest, Gary, I thought it might have been last week, but we didn't get it yet. I don't have a good answer for that because I really thought it would have been the start of November.
I don't see Superman and Lois getting a season 4.
I don't either, but because of that thing, like I said earlier, because of Nextstar's, the way Nextstar worded their thing when they were talking about their current situation and their our previous commitments, if they're already committed to having to carry that show for a 4th or 5th season, then legally they have to do it if Warner Brothers creates it. So that would be the only reason they might still have to do it. But I don't know what the deals are of those, But these seasons that are currently going right now, Gary, or going right now, filming right now, Gary, season 9 of The Flash and season 3 of Superman and Lois, they're not going to cancel those at this time. Those will be aired somewhere. How you doing, Gary?
I saw someone saying that Netflix could pick up Superman and Lois, but they're still in contract.
No, they got an HBO contract.
Yeah.
All right. So this will be the last game. I am going to now give us a very hard one.
Ooh.
And I am going to take away some of the things you've had to play with, such as moving. So this is going to be much harder. Laura, if you're getting in here, we're starting in a minute. There we are. All right. So we're going to end on a very hard map. And I'm going to take away moving. So you're only going to be able to look around, zoom in, and that's it. All right, guys? Last map of the day. Make it count. Here we go. Paige is done trolling now. He's always in for 10 minutes and then leaves. All right. Can't quite tell that license plate from here. Can't tell if that's white, black, white, black, white, or if it's just black, white, black, white. Damn.
Hello Kitty motorcycle helmet.
Do you know what's funny? That's not the first time I've seen a Hello Kitty motorcycle helmet in this area.
Oh, wow.
There's the guy I was talking about earlier, the big famous player. In one of his tournaments, when he was doing the casting part of it, he zoomed in and there was a bunch of people wearing bike helmets, and they noticed one wearing a Hello Kitty bike helmet in one of the rounds, and he's like, "Look at this person out there wearing a Hello Kitty bike helmet." He's like, "That's pretty awesome."
A lot of people around here don't even wear helmets.
Yeah, it's legally required here. All right, so. My reason for I'm gonna give you guys a quick TLDR reason why I felt Indonesia here. First of all, left-hand drive. Second of all, yellow road line. Third of all, not joking, the helmet. Not because it's Hello Kitty, but Indonesia. There's this unproven meta that people on Java wear helmets more than other places down in that area. And then just the overall vegetation is, it feels very Southeast Asian. This is either going to be Malaysia, Indonesia, or Philippines. But with it being right-hand drive or left-hand drive and a yellow line, for me, it was just going to be Indonesia. That's my quick one. I'm going to get to Gary's question here, then we'll get to round 2.
Another super chat, Gary.
Will The Flash and Superman and Lois be delayed until fall 2023? No. Happy
Well,
Thanksgiving. Thank you,
he
Gary, but
always
that was last month here.
oh
I know Thanksgiving in the U.S. is this upcoming week, but Canada, we do ours in advance because we're ahead of the curve. What are you doing? Love your channel. Are you doing mad at me? Are you? I'm sure there's more than that. But no, I'm never mad at you, Gary. I know you know that.
I can confirm I am mad, Gary.
Uh, Flash Freak is accidentally going to have to leave now.
But yeah, Gary, it always gets delayed if you say it will. So if you say it's gonna get delayed,
That
it's gonna get
actually
delayed.
is true. You're not wrong with that. He has, let's just say, a record that has been undefeated in delaying things. I have no idea where I am here, guys. I have no good ideas. I am not even sure I know the continent right now. This is a bad one. Ooh. I have three different things going through my mind here. I realize Gary Super Chat's still up there. Oops. I have three different things going through my mind, and none of them are on the same continent. So I don't know what to do with this.
I want to say
Uh,
U.S. just because I see a barn in the background, but I know obviously other countries have barns.
I'm
But
going. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't have a better answer though.
oh
Okay,
wow,
not a terrible guess. So I'll try and explain again why my feeling in the end. So Canada Graphs first, Laura second, Miata third, Danny fourth. Um, I would have never thought U.S. No offense, but that was never crossing my mind. Colombia. So Colombia actually is something that wasn't a crazy guess to me. So here's what I saw. Okay. These posts confused me because I looked at the post and I'm like, this feels like a European type post to me. So my first thought was Europe. Then I looked at the ground and I'm like, is this South America or possibly even like a really flat Asia? But the other thing that went with me, and this is why I thought Colombia is not a terrible guess, these fence posts, you will see a lot of almost every fence you see in Colombia is made out of just a random wood. Like, no, they're not like, you see how they're not like perfect, right? They're just whatever tree they chop down. Colombia's, almost every fence you've ever seen in Colombia will be made out of just like random wood posts. But the thing that made me think Argentina in the end, even though it was Uruguay, but Argentina's right beside there, is the dirt. I was like, I don't know this dirt in Colombia, and it's definitely not going to be the dirt I would know in Asia. There are places in Europe where I thought maybe this dirt could exist, but the polls didn't add up. So I just guessed Argentina with not really confident about it, but it turned out to be the best guess. All right, round tray. I can't read that. Fuck. All right, so I know the country because of a couple of things. I'll explain them in the end in a minute, but for now, I am just not sure where exactly. This is a very fascinating vehicle. Can I even make a guess on that? I don't think I can. Fuck. No, I'm just gonna have to head to the middle of the country somewhere and hope for the best. Okay, so my reasons for why it ended up being in Colombia is, all right, we had myself first, Danny second, Laura third, Miata fourth. So reasons for Colombia were, first thing is, if you see signs, Now, Brazil also does this to some point, but Brazil signs will be grayish black on the back. When you see these crosses, everybody calls them the Colo cross because they have a plus on the back of their signs. Now, you obviously once in a while you see them even in North America. There'll be the occasional sign that has something like this, but they are predominantly in Colombia. You'll see them somewhere in Brazil sometimes too, but the backs of their signs are black. The second thing was we just talked about the fences. This is actually the exact opposite of what I just told you, and that would have thrown me off if I was facing this way. But facing this way, this guy's got a yellow plate. Colombia has yellow plates. Now, that said, this guy here does not have a yellow plate. But what this guy does have, see this thing that looks like a license plate on the side of the vehicle? That is for transportation vehicles, like taxi cabs would have that on the side of their vehicle or on the top of the roof of their car. So if you ever see a cab that has what looks like an obscenely large license plate type thing on the top of the roof or on the side of the thing, you're in Colombia. This is like a Colombian business license thing, so that's why it's not yellow. But the interesting thing about these is this word on the top would have told you the city that this guy is based in. So I don't know where this ended up being. This was in this was like in this area here. That's probably not big enough for a thing, but I bet you it probably said something like Manizales or Medellin on it. So good things to notice if you ever get a vehicle like that, to try and read the word on there because it'll tell you the general region where they are. So let's go. All right. We have a fancy little snowflake here. I'm not. Yeah, I don't feel that now. Okay. Do I go there? I think I do. Okay, I think I have a country in mind, but I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna tiptoe around it. There's like 2 other countries that are crossing my mind. They're kind of all semi-close together, but there is enough room for error. Landscape makes me also feel like it's my first instinct. If I'm wrong, the yellow line though, the yellow line is throwing me now that I think about it. The yellow line doesn't really add up. Fuck. Could this be Greece? Shit. No, it was North Macedonia. Okay, that wasn't in my guesses at all. My guesses were Greece, Italy, or Spain. So I went Spain in the end, even though it had yellow fucking road lines, and I should have thought about that. Yep, Spain would have white road lines. I really fucked that up. But it felt like it was going to be either Greece, Italy, or Spain. But North Macedonia, right next to Greece, probably has the same climate, you know.
Miato's in the ocean.
So what I saw when I was looking around is I saw the license plates, and there was the European license, the typical European license plates. So I'm like, I know this is Europe, but I don't know where yet. I saw the snowflake thing, and my first thought was maybe Norway. But these mountains are not Norwegian. These are too lush to be Norway. So my second thought was Spain. And I also thought Italy or Greece, like I said before. I'm like, there's a chance it's there. Macedonia, right next to Greece, makes sense. And this is what sold me on Spain, was the stop sign. It felt Spanish to me. I didn't think of Macedonia, so I didn't think of what a Macedonia stop sign looks like. To be honest, I don't even know if I knew what Macedonia's stop sign looks like till now. So I thought Spain because of the stop sign. So I plonked in Spain, and then last second I realized the road line is yellow, and I'm like, whoa, it can't be Spain. But I still went there anyway, and that was my thought process. But yeah, Macedonia, North Macedonia. So Danny first, myself second, Laura third, Miata fourth. Where were we all? Danny was up in Germany. Nothing there that would have given me Germany vibes. Good thing about Germany, let's look at that location again. I'm going to show you a little thing. Okay. So you see how crisp and clear this image looks?
Yeah.
So in Germany, all of their official coverage is in Generation 2 camera. And what that means is there's a Generation 1, Generation 2, Generation 3, and the current one is Generation 4. Generation 4 is the best one. This is very good. This is either going to be Generation 3, which I think it is, or Generation 4. Generation 2, I wouldn't be able to probably read that stop sign from that far. If I could, it wouldn't be that crisp and clear. The other thing with Generation 2, the way to know Generation 2 is there will be like a halo in the sky. It'll look like a ring above you. It'll be discolored. So like I'll really quick try and find a spot in Germany to show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, anyone that wants a fast game. I've been trying to teach tonight, and this is going slowly because we are having trouble getting out of there. Get up to Germany. Come on, let's go. Go,
Yeah,
go,
the
go,
only
go,
reason
go.
I clicked on Germany is because I didn't know where to go, and I saw BMW, so I was like, "Oh, Germany."
Hey, car guessing has helped me quite a few times with some things, you know. So I don't blame you for trying. All right, let's find a spot in Germany. We'll go outside the city a little more where the lighting is maybe better. In the city, it might be harder. Oh, fucking really? Fuck you. Okay, we'll try that again. We'll go there. Okay, so you see this ring around at the top? This like circle. It goes all the way around the view. You can't see it as much in the sun because the sun discolors it a little, but it goes all the way around. You'll get that on a Generation 2 camera. So if you ever see that, you know you are somewhere that uses Generation 2, which there is a map out there, or there is a website out there that'll break down which generation is in which country. But everything's just a little fuzzier. Like you can't quite tell the sharpness of these branches and all that stuff. So that's the difference there. All right. Final round, I think, is next. Yes. Final round of the night, everyone. All right. What do we got here? I have about 6 countries in mind. I mean, they're all kind of close together, but none of them jump out at me as the leader. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other on a country yet. This is going to be a hard one. No. What is that up there? That's weird. Okay, I gotta just plonk and run with the hunch that it's somewhere close. Okay. That was not really in my scope. My thought coverage went as far as maybe Italy. I never really thought of France. I thought this is going to either be Italy, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, or Montenegro, Albania area. I never really thought as far over as France. I don't know what I would have missed. Was there anything I really missed there that could have told me that was France? No. I don't see anything here that if I'd seen it, I would have went or thought France. Let's see if I go around the corner, if that would have made a difference. I want to go around the corner. Quit doing that to my view.
At first, I honestly thought the U.S., but
you're doing the same thing. When I first started the game, I always found a reason to think, oh, I think this is Canada. Like everywhere, I used to do that.
When did you start?
Okay, so if we'd been from this angle, I would have got France, and the reason I would have got France is this little blue sticker on the pole. French poles,
Okay.
not all of them, but a lot of their poles have these little blue stickers on them. I don't know what they mean, but it's a France thing. So if we'd been around the corner, I would have got France.
When did you start playing Geoguessr?
The first time I started playing was like 9.5 years ago, but that wasn't like anything special. So there's a YouTuber named Philip DeFranco. He does like news stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
had talked about it on his show back then. So I started playing it from then. And the only reason I know that is because I just happened to find the tweet a little while ago and realized it. I thought I'd started playing 5 years ago, but then I found like that tweet from like 9.5 years ago. So 9.5 years ago, played the first time, probably played for a few months, got bored of it, left it. But 5 years ago, I picked it back up at some point, and I was kind of like, oh, this is cool, blah, 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 blah. Played it for a little while, then dropped it again. It was about 2 or 2.5 years ago when I started getting into it on a regular basis again. And about a year and a half ago when I started following other people who do this and picking up all of the little things that they know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So final scores were me first, Laura second, Danny third, Miyata fourth. So that is it for today's games. I do have to go shopping here soon. All right, guys. Why is there a lobby? Get that lobby out of here. All right. I said discard lobby, and it's still there. Geoguessr is so fucked up right now with little glitches.
Yeah, I've noticed on your last streams, how the
All right.
blind spots everywhere.
So we had Laura got a win today. We had Danny with 3 seconds, and somebody else played. It was Miata. Miata's game total doesn't even show up. They don't even show her on the board. What the hell? That's
Wow,
weird.
Geoguessr.
Like I said, all sorts of glitches lately. They've really, really been struggling lately, and I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, hopefully some of what I told you guys today. Scroll down. See, the thing though, Miata, is your name should be right here because you have the next most games played. So it should have been right there. See, you should be at the top. Like you should be here because of the games played. That's weird. Because we've had lots of other people before come in and not get a top 3 finish, and their stats still show up here. So I don't know what's going on with that. But good to have you here. Good to have you try out today. Hopefully you get better, and soon we will play again. I don't know when, but that is it for today, everybody. I don't know when my next game will be, but I do know my other Flash blog, the one with the Trio of Greatness, I will have that up tomorrow. I was planning to do it today, but I got behind on things, so I didn't do it today. I put out my Dead Boy Detectives Patreon instead because that was already edited and ready to go. So tomorrow, my other Flash blog will be up. And then maybe I'll start working on the video content from that stuff because I'm also behind on that, which is not a shock. But that is the schedule for me this week. I don't think I'm doing any sets this week. So we'll see you sometime in the future. Thank you, Danny, Flash Freak, for coming on and hanging out and learning
Thank you for
along with
having me.
everybody. And I will put his channel in the description after the stream is over for anyone coming in after the fact that maybe didn't see it in the future. But that is it for today, guys. Thanks again, and goodbye.